on my end.
Yes, mine as well. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Drake's Salvation. In this charming episode, the party has just returned from fighting my brain is dumb, and I'm forgetting the class name. Druid, the head druid of No Great Cause. And after some heartfelt reunions and heated words, the party began to somewhat split off and cope with the process of dealing with the aftermath of war in their own separate ways. Callisti heading up to her room to think, Elric going to console her, Sean getting hammered and dancing with Tick, and Jackal going to blow off some steam on some unsuspecting demons. Now we return to the party where I'm going to ask Callisti to say the line again as they run downstairs.
It's actually Elric.
No, it was Callisti. Because Elric was like, so what are we doing exactly?
I think I have an idea, but we might have to kill Jackal.
Wait, what? Alright, I'm going to say this once and be kind of frank with you. Why?
If the curse is by heritage, it might be more biologically linked. So if we kill his human body, and then Zephyr can reincarnate him like he did the king, and it might break the curse because Jackal wouldn't technically be related to himself anymore.
Okay, so you said your magic piece, and I'm going to understand at least some of that, which will be fair too. But here's another thing. You are aware that just murdering Jackal right now in a situation where morale is on a knife's edge might not look the greatest for us.
I wasn't thinking that we would do it like that. I mean, I was gonna ask him first. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, yeah, all of us could probably take him, but I feel like that would just be a bad idea, and we should really make it a thing. And plus, I mean, Zephyr's got to be on board with this too.
I'm going to at least chalk up this as a flight of fancy, and entertain at least trying to talk to him before we get to drastic measures. Worst comes to worst.
Were you heading up the stairs?
No, she was
No,
coming
we
down
were
with
moving
us.
down,
Yeah,
but then
all
my
three of us were going.
my token was here from last time we used the map, so I just moved myself over.
I thought you were downstairs in the bar.
No, she came up because she was with Sean.
Oh, right.
Because I was gonna go to bed, but then I went to go in, and then everyone's all like, "We gotta go!" And then a lot of stuff happened, so I just turned around. I do have diamonds, if that's an issue. So we would just need his permission. And Zephyr.
God, I feel like asking this is probably going to be the worst way possible.
Well, let me be the one to ask, I think.
Alright. Do you know where he headed at all? I was too busy. Looks at Rowan.
Oh, I actually don't know what did we do?
You would probably be...
leave.
No, I know, but it was with Hades, right?
Huh?
What?
Didn't I watch him leave with Hades?
No. We did Holy
Zephyr's dog.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Jackal.
Sorry, I'm reading text messages from Zephyr. Sorry, my brain fucked up.
I can't believe Jackal took
He went outside.
going to have to go to the edge of the makeshift border.
Well,
Anyway,
that's a good spot. Jackal, where are you right now?
Well, since Jackal went off to go blow off some steam, as in he basically wants to go beat up or kill something, he probably would be at the borders, or at least looking for any demon red monsters or whatnot. And I'm just gonna roll this just in case. Yeah, probably turn one or two of those demons if he can into a snack.
Well, it's like pre-cooked meat walking around as you devour some of these devils.
Yeah, considering that he did have that one particular affliction that was from the very early sessions. Where was it? Fear? No. Ah, here we go. His feeding compulsion. Man, he had that since he took a bite out of that big red berserker back at Craven Cliff.
Oh yeah, now there's a bunch of them walking around, and you're pretty confident that you could take the one solo.
It'll take a while, but at the very least it'll be a slow, savoring meal. Hopefully he tries not to run away. Let's see. Yeah, 'cause he's nowhere near on this map, but yeah, I think that feeding compulsion, DM, would that lean more toward Omega's influence or to Locke's influence?
It's definitely Omega.
Alright, so just for the flavor text, or context anyway, Jackal looks more were-jackal than were-bear or fuzzy.
Alright, so Jackal, it has been a while. I mean, Felicity and Elric's conversation took a decent amount of time, and you had left pretty much before everything actually started. So let's do your new little favorite thing. Let's roll, each of us roll 2 sets of exploding d20s.
Sure. So it'll be 2d20 you're wanting?
Yes.
Excellent. There's mine. 14.
I did not do it right. It's double square brackets, exclamation point 2d20 double square brackets, right?
The way I typed it was 2d20 exclamation point within the brackets.
Maybe I added an extra set of brackets.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Double
Bracket, yeah. Double brackets, but put the exclamation point after the 20.
Did I do this wrong?
no, you did it right.
Those are parentheses,
That's it.
buddy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. Because the first set I had... Yeah, I know. The first set I had were double
You was just copy and paste.
You're using parentheses, buddy.
Can't you just select the bracket and the exclamation mark from the next
Given
one?
a syntax error, just wanted to see what I was doing wrong. Sorry, everybody.
No.
Do better. Yeah, do better.
Ah, damn.
So it is in the chat. In Discord.
It's like, true. Oh yeah, might as well put that in the Wildlands.
Yeah, I was scrolling.
Well, I just did it. No, it's right in the bottom of Drake's.
Yeah,
What are you
right.
doing?
It's exploding dice.
It's just being Jackal. I'm just trying to
Oh.
figure out what I was doing.
Oh.
I did. So the problem was I put the exclamation point at the beginning.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're supposed to put it at the end.
Yeah, I did. There. Okay. out here, guys.
Wow,
Damn.
you guys rolled
Hop
pretty.
off me.
No, never. Do better.
Dude, just off by 2 points. Well, actually, no, above me by... Yeah, I'm off by 2 points.
Alright, so Jackal, pretty much you'll just, I'm just gonna roll 2 attacks. That's pretty much all that will get through. While, I just open up your sheet, up the, where is he? There he is. And this is pretty much what we'll get through during your fight with him.
Sure.
Watch one of them crit. Oh.
Okay.
Don't worry about the attack rolls. You had a huge fight. This is just what actually made it through to hit you.
Sure. Just quickly calculate all of that. Oh yeah, I'm looking great. Let's see.
Jackal, what does
Yeah,
no
but
name
after taking out
1, 2, 3, 4.
the slow slog of a small fighting force, because you are just the iron butterfly is what I like to call you. You make your way back to the makeshift border, and you guys want to meet him outside of the bar or just inside?
Probably outside, because, I mean, realistically, if we're trying to do what Callisti wanted, I think it'd be better with less people than more.
Alright, so I'll say you guys are in the, in this spot over here.
Okay. Is our... Bless you.
Excuse me. Ow. Brain.
Callisti, I understand there's not
And
this here, but
Jackal,
chill.
you'd probably be coming in from over like here.
Okay, cool.
We didn't get a rest or anything, right?
No.
You would have had a short rest by now, because, I mean, you were just
Well, might as well-
working around and doing all that, so.
Short rest, alright.
Let me get all my shit back then real quick. Or at least what I'm gonna probably need.
Jackal doesn't got any of those benefits right now since
Yeah, Jackal, you did not.
Really? 14? Tough.
You can use multiple.
I can use more even though I already chose 3.
Wait, why'd you have 3d8 exploding?
I didn't mean to do it exploding, I just meant to roll it for hit dice.
So, I mean, you could just hit the button that says hit dice, and it'll add your con modifier too. Like,
Oh.
Well, that looks like a Callisti roll for HP. Never mind.
Okay, that's much
Giveth
better.
and he giveth and he taketh away.
1 or 2.
You guys did just fight a dragon.
True.
Damn, a little better.
Alright, so you all ready?
Uh,
I get all my guys back from the short. My Bardics from the short rest, right?
yes, you do.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's 5th level, that's when that starts. And I'm assuming we're higher than 5.
Jackal, oh.
Yes.
Wow,
Oh, sorry.
you have a piece of someone.
Well,
Or
what was
something.
DM saying though when he said Jackal?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Nailed it!
Alright, yeah, so I was just, everybody, Jackal is wandering in. You see that he's a bit crispier than before.
I smell meat.
Thank you, Sean.
Oh, yeah. I smoke.
feel like I should be concerned,
Kind of picks out a
but
piece.
it's you.
Kind of picks out a piece of very notable red meat out of his mouth. Right. So one of those devil thingies, demon things running around. So
Okay.
are you all taking a shift, I'm guessing? Shouldn't you be resting?
Just out.
Okay, Jackson,
Sorry, go ahead.
I might have come up with a way to cure your curse.
There's a long pause of that. He's just eyeing up and down of, what? He's gonna incite it, because, yeah, he's not too trusting of this one, or rather, his look of disbelief is very high of, are you making fun of my situation? I mean, I get it, I said some acidine things earlier, but, okay, probably was a wrong place and time to say such a thing.
No, I mean your situation with Omega. I think I was having a problem, and Elric said some shit, and it made sense, and I suddenly came to a conclusion about things, and might be able to fix the problem. It is a little bit... Okay, it's not really complicated, but, you know, it's one of those things where it sounds complicated, but it's really not.
Right, Locke gave me some information that is also disregarding as well, since I took those weird mushrooms and started seeing things.
Who's Locke?
Apparently another of my ancestors who we saw during that little spirit vision thing back at the Centaur village.
Right, when the bear thing started.
Yeah, he's a werebear, I think.
Fucking what?
The altered form I took when I was basically, you and I had our spat at the bar.
Okay. I was just getting more and more confused by all of this.
Okay, so, again, I have a way to possibly solve the problem, the situation, if you're willing to hear us out, and I ask you to keep an open mind, because it covers some things that don't sound great, but I am 99.9% sure that Zephyr will be able to fix the problem.
Now,
I'll make to put it bluntly.
Jackal looks
Howard
around.
just says,
Okay, so where is Zephyr in this equation? Looks over to Rowan. Have you seen Zephyr?
Sorry, somebody knocked on the door. He's in the bar. He's in the bar, right, Rowan?
Yes.
Right. Let me go see Zephyr then, since he apparently is fundamental to this. Jackal's going to...
Well, I mean, do you want to know why he...
So, don't drag me into this.
Do you know why he's... Do you want to know why he's instrumental before you bother him? Because we really haven't broached the plan with him. We just know that he can do it.
I Jackal got nothing. I thought Jackal had inspiring leader just because of the way it went. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
So, are we all getting temporary hit points, or is it just everyone but Jack right now?
I feel like we're talking for more than 10 minutes.
Oh.
We're all friends, right?
Oh God.
You have to be talking for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's not us.
You have to monologue for 10 minutes.
Or at least assume that you're monologuing for 10 minutes.
You quietly hear me talk to myself for 10 minutes.
Sean, are you... Alright, hold on.
It never says how. I'm just playing music. You guys don't know what's going on.
Okay, right. Elric, can you simplify what Callisti is trying to get with? Or...
Felicity believes that murdering you will destroy your lineage in a way that you won't be cursed once you got bring back to life. That's literally the simplest way I can put it.
Okay, that's terrible. First of all, you remember how Zephyr brought King back and he's not a dwarf?
Yeah. Could I add a stipulation to the possible problem to that plan? As you actually see Jackal picking his teeth now as he's pulling another piece of demon meat out.
Well, if we kill you when you're no longer what you are, then biologically the plan ends. You know, the curse.
It's more...
Because I think you're a factory of an ancient necromancer.
That could be... Maybe. I don't know exactly what this phylactery thing is exactly.
See, that's what I said.
So... I'll just add one or two complications to that. One is that... two ancestors are fighting for my soul, which I don't think that's really attached or separate from my body if you change me into something else. And second, I would like to hear Omega's side of the situation because, well, lately my memories have been altered, or at least I've been noticing things were missing or changed. So I don't know. I would definitely be running away at this moment, but I don't feel that urge. Just more pent-up anger.
That brings me to
I'm
something.
gonna be honest, this has been a lot more reasonable than I was expecting him to be.
I mean, we're not threatening him with swords, we're just talking to him for once.
Plus,
That being said, if you want to talk to Omega, you're gonna have to find a bookstore that has very specific autobiographies.
I mean, I'm pretty sure there's the Grand Library up in the Gold District, but I don't know.
Yeah, those are like original. We're not doing one of the kinds. We're talking mass produced here. We're not feeding it originals.
Is it not?
Alric, you should fight that point a little more.
Well, that's the thing. They have the original documents that's hidden for those that are locked to the council, but there are general books to the public that could easily just be pieces of crap that you could feed to the book. As much as I do understand you don't want to feed them documents from the council themselves, there are, like I said, it is a public library still, so they still would have normal books that have been mass-produced and sold. A lot of the Brewind family actually use some of their, along with the druids, use some of them to actually sell and even make pamphlets for Novrikov before all this shit happened.
Oh.
Except I explicitly need autobiographies by Herman P. Delarose.
Oopsie.
The author of the site.
Herman P. Delarose is a household name.
Okay. I didn't know. Would
He's like your
Mark Twain?
Yeah, Mark Twain. He's like a Mark
Okay.
Twain. Like,
Okay. Here's a question then to you. Would Novrikov be that interested in keeping any of his books on hand, or at least even say the Brewins use it as a way for tourism?
oh, absolutely. He was one
Okay.
of the first and only Rift explorers that broke
Okay.
out what happened.
I mean, considering how famous he was, I'm pretty sure the Grand Library would have something, because, again, the Brewins like to publish things to bring in commerce, as much as I don't agree with certain aspects of it. They still probably might have a few copies, though not originals.
Felicity suddenly trying to remember exactly where the library is.
Something Mariner made up on the spot. So now Jeebus has to figure out.
Hi. Funny. Trying to think I had a plan.
True. Meanwhile, sweating bullets. Fuck.
Yep. I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Right.
You guys just haven't seen it yet because you've only made it so far in the Gold District.
That's what I figured.
Right, so, putting my stamp of, I believe they call it a veto note on the murder me and see what happens plan. Because I will say it right now, I'm not going down without a fight. Or at the very least, I am going to make a beeline run to the lower depths if I have to.
Oh, I was well aware.
Gonna have you poison yourself, and
Calista, you're not supposed to tell them before you do it.
I mean, I was gonna. Okay. I wasn't gonna tell him that I was gonna have you take his head off right afterwards, just to make sure.
No, Calista, this is why we're never having you negotiate with people again.
Jackal's just slowly taking the dodge action.
No, don't worry, Jackal. I don't mean any hostility.
It was gonna be completely consensual.
I don't
Unless
think
it came
beheadings
to-
are consensual, Callisti. They're usually mutually exclusive.
I mean, it was gonna be consensual in that he'd be completely dead, possibly by that point, so that we could make sure he was dead.
All right, we're going to shelf that for now. And
Right.
so question, Jeebus, because since I had alluded to this, is the Grand Library towards the Brewin district or like further in?
It would
More
be
of a commerce?
in the Commerce District, which is where the Bruins live, yes.
Okay, here's the only issue, and Clissy, you would probably remember this when we were going up there. The library is in the Commerce section in the Gold District in the Brewin area, so if we're going to even consider getting this book, we're going to probably have to fight another one of those fucking beasties.
Which one?
Tomorrow morning?
Can we at least have one other day? Because I just want to pick some shit out. More glass out of my ass, because I'm pretty sure there's some shards somewhere.
I was actually thinking we should continue with the Blitzkrieg maneuver and continue going forward, gaining ground. We are losing troops in mass numbers.
I mean,
But,
we just gained a shit ton.
I think at least an additional day that Elric suggested is a good idea, considering I suspect a lot of them realizing that there's going to be incomplete families and, yes, casualties of war, I get it, but, I think my little spat of words really riled up everyone, so they want to treasure what family they got left.
Yeah, I was actually going to cast silence on you for the next 3 days, but I realized I didn't have the spell slot. Sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah, don't be a dick, Jackal. Just walks off back into the bar.
Alex is gonna put your hand on his hand on your shoulder, Jackal, and be like, just try to watch your tongue. We don't need to piss off more people down here in the hot box. And he's just also gonna head to the bar.
Jackal has probably the most dumbfounded look on his face of like, I always
Alric
stated
being
the
nice and
god.
not swing his sword?
No, not that. He's more surprised of, all I did was just state a truth. Okay, maybe it was a bad timing, but they were gonna find out anyway.
Conscripts are different than people that are actually willfully doing it, Jackal.
From the background, like a voice in his head.
You'll see.
No, it's just stool floating overhead and acting like a.
Oh yeah, like a fucking like a.
He looks at the skull at Zool. All right, return message. That druid seemed very willing to sacrifice his people for fertilizer.
That should be 53 gold.
If you'd like to add any extra effects, please insert more gold at the time of recording.
If you would like your greeting, your message to include a greeting,
Personal greeting. Yeah, there we go.
Prestidigitation.
God.
Jackal points a finger and just fires Eldritch Blast once at the skull.
Just goes through
That's
it.
not gonna hit me, bitch.
Oh my god.
I'll figure something
What are
out.
you doing?
Wait to see until you found it.
I knew it was there. I just thought you guys would have moved your tokens from over here over there. A lot of you replaced it.
No, I moved mine.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
I'm smart. SMRT.
And I see 2 Shans.
He's invoked duplicity.
Oh, by the way, wait, is Rowan there too? I completely forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just there listening to the conversation like,
Okay,
murder,
so before
murder.
before Jackal heads over there, he just looks over to Rowan and is like, do you have any thoughts of all this? I mean, apparently both of the others think that I'm a dick and something else of all the other stuff. Sean, your thoughts? I know you don't know us that very well or long enough, but I think I'm going to need to hear everyone else's input before I sign off saying like, yeah, you guys are crazy, you want to kill me, I'm going to run away. After we get out of this war.
I'm confused. I
Thank
don't
you.
understand. I
Jackal,
just want my diamond back.
Jackal looks at his own
Do
possessions.
you have a diamond?
Well,
Oh
as
no.
I'm sorry, I don't have
as
one.
greedy as I might be, I'm gonna like go back and pull to the side so that way. I'm blinking. Rick, what's your character's name?
Sean.
Sean, okay. So no, back the fuck up. Go away.
Oh, Jackal?
I do have to go away.
She's just like, Jackal's like she's trying to get an opinion for Rowan, and she's like, no, leave, ugly.
Right?
Doing that thing where you just put your hand out and it's like on his forehead so he can't get any closer.
God.
I am a little greedy, but if whatever you decide, I do have a diamond to spare. You can bring it back, but I don't think it's our decision.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'll drop my hand so he falls forward.
Callisti walks back in, goes straight to Zephyr. Whatever Jackal says, we've all agreed. If he dies at any point in the future, we're using reincarnation, not the other thing.
What? I don't have any instance.
I can fix that.
I have 1,000 gold worth of incense on you?
And our wagon
That's a
probably.
lot of incense.
Yeah, reincarnation doesn't take diamonds.
That's a stinky backpack.
Yeah, Revivify takes diamonds.
Depends on what qualifies as incense and what is worth that much.
Just to clarify, which uses what again?
Revivify uses diamonds. Incense is used by resurrection or whatever.
So we want resurrection?
Reincarnate.
Reincarnate, sorry. No, realistically, we want Revivify because it'll bring Jackal into his normal form
No.
But I guess. Oh wait, no.
We want reincarnate to make him a completely different being.
I mean, it's still him though.
Oh, I don't. Then
Jackal-
I don't have.
I thought I had a Revivify, but I have Raised Dead.
You're also cost from Dryman, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 500.
Well, Revivify is good if you're like there because it only you only have like a
Revivify
minute
is
to get
with
to
him.
it. Raised Dead is more expensive, but you have a week.
I thought it was 10 days. I might be wrong though.
I don't know.
I can tell you this again. 10 days.
I was correct. Hooray.
I guess the question is, can I make the incense of Umbra Hulk parts?
Why? That's a fun level question that I don't think a DM's been asked in a while.
Oh, there's a terrifying idea. Can I make it out of Umbra Hulk parts and drugs?
Oh my god.
We should have been rendering the fat from our enemies to make candles.
I just tried to change it so you all could see your names under everybody's token. Can you do that now?
Yeah.
Did I miss anybody?
I don't see Ulrich's.
Oh, okay.
I can see mine.
Well,
Zoom.
so you can see yours.
Oh, you made it so everyone could see everyone's?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know you can do that. Why don't we do that? I'm the big dumb.
Very nice.
Why does the neighbor have to be doing what the neighbor is doing at 7 at night?
What's the neighbor doing?
And they're pounding on something.
Oh god, what a mood. That's me every time I start DMing.
Uh-huh.
Your head on the desk does not count.
Yes, it does. Don't tell me how to live my life. Okay.
Ardos looks up from his whiskey at the bar. Shouldn't you be in bed?
Yeah, we're going.
I mean, we were just, inspiration things. Thought about killing someone.
Me too.
An inspiration, you lost your goblin.
Not
I'm
sure it is. I
lost.
hear him.
He just walked through a wall like a ghost.
I jumped.
No,
And I
there's
was
a door
sitting in the room of a sick man.
Hello. Would you like to hear a song?
Oh my god.
No.
I
Fine.
cannot.
Wait, I went through a wall.
Come on,
again.
that's not a fucking door.
The doors are the ones right. The doors are the thinner ones.
I can't see.
Zoom in.
I've zoomed in very far.
Why does Sean keep going through fucking walls?
You fucking ghost blin.
Can we just give him like a fucking belt to the? Wait, no,
Almost
we have an
spooky
item.
goblin. Almost
We have an
goblin.
item that lets you just go through walls. Why don't we give it to him?
That one's gone.
No, the rifle isn't.
God, I like my diamond.
Shot with a rifle?
Yeah.
Trifle?
I mean, we gave him a grenade, and he didn't kill himself somehow.
No, this one. Where is it? I just had it.
But then again, I took it back from him. For the very specific reason of him not killing himself.
There it is.
I really wish it pulled the pin when you picked me up. That would have been so
I really hope it didn't, because then we would have been dead.
Dying
I
isn't permanent.
It is in D&D, sadly. Unless Ethan wants to write a whole new arc.
Are these rooms available or are they occupied?
Is this actually on the
most
floor?
rooms besides the ones that you guys are have been using are now occupied by returning families and new recruits.
I will
Mistake.
be. I'll be taking a bath before bed.
And I'm going to, Elric's probably just gonna go to sleep. Picking
Am I still intoxicated?
You're kind of at the. You've leveled out, let's say.
He's got that slight
I was
hangover.
gonna start
which
breaking
is why
dancing with taking it.
Why he didn't notice the sleight of hands.
What was the sleight of hand?
He's Probably
Well,
gonna
I
give
mean,
that back.
there might be a diamond in your inventory that you lost. I don't know.
I'm pretty dumb. I don't think I noticed.
You don't notice right now.
I'm
Do
looking.
I even have a room?
I guess you could technically bunk with Elric and Zephyr. No, you could leave on the streets.
I'm sleeping on the stairs.
No. People are gonna trip over you and kick you. No. Dwarves hate goblins. You sleeping on the stairs is like the worst thing you could do.
Being just a goblin in a
I'm scared of doors.
Is like, hell.
No, not dwarves. Dwarfs.
Oh, doors.
3 dwarfs down, you know.
Oh yeah, that one guy might squish me. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, steps is probably the worst thing you could do.
This room looks nice, dark and moist. I'll go in here.
There are enough pets in the room.
Jeebus,
Is this a
stop
door?
Stop trying to reason with them.
It's not!
Go the fuck away!
I found the door! Oh,
Can we hear this from the bathhouse?
you!
Oh,
Hey.
think I finally said that. I'm starting to wonder if this is maybe why they don't allow goblins in the city.
There's a lot of reasons
I've
why.
never slept on a bed before.
This is just a girl talking in the bathroom. Go, Elric.
Go away, Dad!
It's not important!
Like listening to the vents.
Yeah! No, I was making a joke because I didn't realize both of you were I thought you were outside for a minute there because I looked away for 1 sec.
Yep, so you guys, Clisty, Rowan, and Jekyll all take, nice baths. Get, cleaned up after the... You guys keep finding those really tiny, awful glass slivers in you.
Ew.
Especially, Calisty, because there's just tiny pieces of glass stuck in your fur.
This is why I appreciate magic.
Wait, where can I find a little piece of wood?
The fireplace in the room.
What an oddly specific question.
Okay, I grab an unburnt little piece of wood. I pull out my dragon glass knife and start carving it.
Okay, well, I'll let you just, keep doing that.
Why am I just like, why don't you wrap it with a piece of leather first, please?
It is wrapped in... No, it has leather on it.
Oh,
He did
What
wrap
am I-
it finally.
What I'm
From the
imagining
beast?
is they just hear out loud, like, fucking scraping all night. This is why I'm so glad I don't have to deal with my children right now.
But it's pretty, and I show you a little horse. Looks like a knight from a chessboard.
You know, it's not bad, but I also want to fucking sleep.
Oh wait, I probably should do this.
I'll roll a performance check.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand check.
why are there wood shavings everywhere?
I don't give a shit about what he grew up in he grew up in a like forgery. There's probably iron shavings literally everywhere. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
you're good.
Actually, most forges
That's
are
crit.
I was gonna. Well, it depends on like contextually. I'm assuming because of his Goliath time, probably just left iron shavings everywhere, but then probably cleaned up. So like Elric's probably used to the taste of iron shavings at some point.
You're probably also used to the smell of iron in the air.
Oh, 100%.
It's
He's
covered
like
in
I said,
blood all the time.
he's grown up in the forge and battlefield. Like Elric's pretty adept at that stuff. That's why he kept a level head when talking to Calisty about it, because he's seen some shit.
And sulfur too, apparently. He survived my fart bomb.
Well, there's another. Well, his village did burn down, so he did smell a lot of sulfur.
That's tough.
That might bring back the wrong memories.
Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't know.
What's up?
Why the sulfur? The Goliath's known for eggs in our world?
Yes, they hatch a bunch. They actually hatch from eggs of giants. You didn't know that?
Nope, I didn't know the Lord.
This is new Goliath lore. Straight from wizards themselves.
Oh man.
Alright,
Anyway.
before things gets too far, everybody roll me a d20.
Exploding or regular?
Just straight.
Regular.
Does exploding actually do something?
Yeah, it does.
If
So
you
if
roll
you
a
get a
crit,
crit,
you-
you keep rolling it.
Yeah.
Speaking of crit,
you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
She's a damn good
Hey.
saleswoman.
So, Rowan, every once in a while you'd have these nights where instead of having a dream, you would just wake up and you'd be a little cold for some reason. But today, you find yourself in your dream, and you're in a wintry forest. There are large pine trees around you, all covered in snow. You see the ground has a good, probably, foot of snow on it, and you're a lot smaller than you remember. You're probably the size of Sean. You look around, and there's your dad. A lot thinner than you remember. He's carrying a large battle axe on his back, and he looks down at you and smiles. We're almost there.
I'm
You
gonna.
excited?
Oh, I'm gonna giggle, and give him my hand. Or is his hand small? Did you say?
No, it's he's just got a large battle axe on his back. You've actually seen it for pretty much your entire life, hung up on the shelf behind the behind his work or his like sales station.
Okay. I'm gonna grab his hand, or at least like part of his shirt, and follow along with him. How far does the snow go up to me?
It's most of the time you're able to stand above it because you're so light, but whenever you do fall in, it's about thigh to waist deep.
Okay, I'll follow along.
As you grab him, he scoops you up in one arm, and you approach this small city in this winter wonderland that seems so familiar to you, but also far away at the same time, like it's shrouded by a mist. And as you slowly walk up the path, you see, peeking out of the snow are 3 on each side, 6 very familiar-looking flowers. Your dad bends down, picks one, and puts it in your hair right behind your ear. Oh, look at that. You look good for your mom. And that is where your memory slowly fades, and you wake up in a cold sweat as usual. You're nervous and scared for some reason, and you don't remember why.
But I remember the dream.
Yes, you do finally remember at least that portion of the dream.
But it was a good dream. I just bathed.
I just bathed and now I'm covered in more water.
How early is it now that I've woken up, or did I wake up in the middle of the night?
You realize you kind of look around, get your bearings, and you see Callisti still next to you sleeping. But she looks like she's fidgeting as well. And Callisti, when you finally fall asleep, you begin to have a normal dream as you usually would. But then what does Callisti usually dream about?
To be honest, it's a mixture of somewhere between math problems and cheesy romances. Like those really bad ones where, she's the main character and somebody that she had a thing for is like...
What, like an AO3 fan fiction?
So
Yeah.
you are
Those bad, like...
astride a white stallion with a large leonine man with his mane flowing in the wind behind him. And all of a sudden, he comes to a stop. Over there! You see? And a very familiar picture comes to you as you look off to a woman sitting under a tree with a black veil. You can almost see the smile on her face.
Oh.
What do I roll for embarrassment?
Charisma.
I would say wisdom.
Okay. You're still going to be a little embarrassed, but at least you can speak.
Actually, her example was, at least it wasn't death. Okay. Hi.
Oh, you are quite the writer.
Actually, I'm really impressed. That one was only like, when I was like 7.
That is one of the unfortunate things of the dream spell, dear. You get to see a glimpse of whatever people wish to be. Before you, as she gestures around, just take us over. I apologize, I did need to contact you. It has been some time since you've last checked in.
I am literally stuck in an overhead cause with all the warriors up, except for the ones that really matter, which are I've almost died a lot. Like, I did die. I died.
Well, as your grandmother always states, death is just the next step. Or, how does she add? Fuck that noise, I'm a wizard.
Yeah, that's her.
Death comes in all shapes and sizes. Not just your life ending, but friendships slowly deteriorating. The ones around you losing their memories of you. And the occasional murder.
It was only a theory.
Yes, and a decent one at that, but missing some key steps. As you know, most magic of that caliber does not deal with just physical.
Well, I have a Well, I was going off the idea that actually his physical lineage is phylactery, and whatever Omega is trying to use him to maintain existence. So, theoretically, I was thinking the soul actually really wasn't that big of a matter to it, unless he was going to eat it.
Oh, we can speak of that later. The reason I called you is I've been using some of my personal magics. And she gestures to the tree, and you see it's more bare than the last time you saw it. There's a lot of the cherry petals that are floating in the water that used to be on the tree. And as you look around, the tree in the reflection is old and decrepit. Doesn't seem like it's doing well. Something is happening. Some prophecy that is beginning to take shape. My late husband seems to have imbued some of that to me. Have you been doing anything lately?
What exactly
Or
are you?
may I say, finding anything?
I was looking, well, you know, the book parts you told me to go find with the page. I did find another piece. That was in Gravencliff. We met an illithid. I really don't like illithids. I mean, I still like calamari, but, you know, there's definitely that connection there. We killed a dragon with face tentacles that was brown and made of glass. It might have been a brown dragon. I have no idea. We just killed, sorry, I'm a little brain dead. The council member of whatever cause known as Mead, Duskbeard. Which I'm not entirely sure it was us. I think transformation killed him. There was some screaming. It was kind of hard to hear.
Pieces that you have. You said you had 2?
I had the one that your familiar sent me with, and the one I picked up in Gravencliff. They're in a language that, weirdly enough, Tick understands, but I am not that great.
My late husband was a fan of Undercommon.
Yeah.
Do you recall what they say?
I know my character does. Do I as a player, because that was months ago? No.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I just wanted to know if you had it written down somewhere special.
Do I look like someone who takes notes?
I
That's
think
why I
those would be specific.
That's why I have keen mind, Jeebus. They're the notes the DM keeps for me.
Oh, wow.
I'd not be that.
Even I would write that down.
True, actually, same.
Yeah, my problem is my desk is such a mess that it would get lost.
You can write it on your character sheet, too.
It's actually in the character sheet.
That's what Miser uses. That's how I know Miser's taking notes.
I don't need to know Miser's taking notes.
Sorry, that's how I know where to look for Miser's notes.
We'll find them later, because my notes are missing as well.
Check in my notes, I guess, maybe? I don't know.
Well, it really doesn't matter. Keep those words to heart. I feel, as she gestures to the tree above her and the tree below her, someone else is on a very similar quest as you. We do not want that to come to fruition on the other side. This is a Duskhaven secret, and if they have more pages than you, it's going to be bad.
I can only really think of, I mean, do we know who? I mean, I've run into another person that was very interesting, but I don't think she'd be against us. But I would be expecting that she would be the kind that would be able to find it. The other would, of course, be Koloss, the illithid, which I don't know why he would necessarily be.
The room goes dark, with just a small spotlight on the tree, and her standing in its shadow, and she seems to grow.
I
You
just
said you found an illithid.
Yeah, his name's Koloss. He left a note and a wand, and I'm pretty sure he's been causing the entire problem in Novertaz, considering he was trying to kill the Centaur camp that we were at, and he completely mutated trolls, not being affected by fire. We had to kill them with acid. We had one that I had to turn into a sheep, and we dropped it, and for some reason my brain was really problemed by all the tentacles, and completely forgot that I have a broken broom of flying, which really fixed.
That monstrosity should not exist anymore. That monstrosity once came to Duskhaven. And brought our lineage down to 3 before you were able to recover. And it stole many, many of our tomes.
Oh. I mean, not off the subject, but I do know where one of my books went. The Temple of Bahamut in Graham and Clutch House. I'm going to get it back.
That is of ill import to the ones he took from us.
Which ones did he take?
My late husband's last writings of how to complete lichdom. And the beginnings of the process of Draco lichdom.
Oh! Great! Stop fucking terrifying in every regard now. Okay, can I ask you a weird question? Since we're talking, and you definitely have a lot more knowledge than I do. And there is no reason I'm going to say hypothetically, because there is no hypothetical.
Light begins to flood back into the room, and the shadows diminish, and she, along with them, back to her normal human size.
If another... Well, supposedly he was white, but he's become platinum. His name's Drake. He's been cursed by something that doesn't allow him to turn into a dragon. He still has dragonish powers. And I mean, like the fear effect, and I'm pretty sure he could breathe whatever he breathes. We left him in the care of an Iron Dragon because we didn't really have any other options, going into Nobred Cause with all the wards that are no longer in effect.
A steel dragon would be one of the best draconic lineages to leave him with. That is why they are an unknown species. It's because they are incredible at avoiding even magical detections. The boy being cursed means that they have opened that tome and stolen a piece of him. A necessary proponent to Draco lichdom in this world. He is not cursed. He is mutilated.
I'm not entirely sure which is more terrifying, the whole light thing and growing big, or what is going on in my head right now. Oh. Is this a panic attack? I think I'm having a panic attack. You're telling me...
I am putting a lot on your young shoulders, yes, but with the current situations getting to the borders of the forest,
They're
my
what?
powers. The dwarves are gone. Their siege weapons missing. The north is losing.
But I thought we were, and I mean, Auntie's there, and others. I mean,
We are some of the most powerful mages on this plane, yes, but you do not believe that there are other covens as powerful as us. And they have some of our most powerful texts on their side.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of
Tomes
hope
I
we were.
wouldn't even let you read at your current state, would do worse things than you're experiencing now.
Okay. Okay, so you get numbered cause back up. You get the war machines going. Means we have to kill the Purple Dragon Knight and the Braylon bitch. Okay, and we have to go in the Underdark, don't I? I have to go in the Underdark. Do I have to?
No, I'm sure he will come to you. He picks targets that propel his research. And
don't
if
think
you've seen him once, he still has the nasty habit of leaving a second set of notes for his victims, correct?
Yeah, I almost burned it, because I thought he was invisible. Yeah, he left the wand. Should I get rid of the wand? I've been really worried, but nothing came up on the detect magic, and I tried it a couple of times, and the identify. Should I get rid of it?
He slowly stands up from her rest on the tree and glides down and puts a hand over you and touches the wand. No, this is fine, but for you, your panic is an issue. So let's relieve some of that. And you hear a slight tearing as she tears off a piece of that silken veil over her head and wraps it around your shoulders. This is not a get out free card, but it will save you from the more potent portions that you'll be dealing with. And Callisti, on your sheet you can add the Dusk Queen's Veil. It gives you a free charge of... I had it for like the entire time I was speaking. Cleric spell makes you not go to 1 HP instead of dead.
Oh, Death Ward.
Death Ward. It gives you 1 charge of Death Ward per day.
Finally, it'll get used every combat.
I'll make I've written it down. I will make a item sheet for it soon. And this does not require a tune. No.
Thanks. I mean, I'm sorry. I died a couple of days ago. I really miss the sun, and suddenly, as I know how long it's been. I also just found out who my dad was.
She kind of taps your forehead. Why did they place it here?
Because he's a goblin, and I think he's an idiot.
An idiot that can revive the dead is no idiot to me.
She kind of gives you that look like you haven't met him.
Especially when he revives one of my most precious daughters. Now, back to your horse.
She just kind of turns. This is awkward, but I kind of wish it was Calhoun. Said, I mean, this is just. Why was I into him?
So as you turn, you see that the image of Nox was on the horse. Then it slowly shrinks down into Calhoun.
Embarrassed, but not quite, because I'm now paranoid and freaking out about everything else. Okay, yeah, I'm going to go have a picnic.
As soon as the dream fades, the panic and like the stress of that situation fades from you, and you have a incredibly pleasant dream, and give yourself and Rowan both inspiration.
Was Callisti talking in her sleep? Specifically during the beginning?
Sorry, I zoned out and I heard inspiration.
Wisdom save, Callisti.
Oh God. In the beginning.
Now,
Ah, damn it.
If Felicity talks in her sleep, it's math and it's in tabaxi.
Well, I was hoping to hear some weird, cheesy romance things happening. Like, ooh, who's Steve? Who's that?
From Minecraft?
Alright, and funnily enough, the both of the girls kind of wake up a lot earlier than the guys do. Even you, Elric.
John, I swear to Christ, I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh my God, I'm going to fucking kill this child.
And, well, so you guys talk to each other after your night of strange dreams, or do you just...
I probably would have gotten... Well, can I bring my coffee back up or any drinks back up?
Yeah, you can
I probably would have had some coffee. That's why I was hoping she would... What are you... Oh my God.
No. This is the best. So, Rowan, you're coming up. You have an extra cup of coffee for Callisti, and you just see the fastest pacing in the world.
Should I even give this to you?
Yes.
Is it gonna make it worse?
No.
Will you
Trust me,
slow down? Or do you get faster?
She just kind of stops, takes the coffee. You have no idea. You have no idea. I thought the panic was good. The panic was gone for the dream. That was nice. That was nice. And then I woke up and then I remembered everything and...
What dream?
Rowan, you do notice that Felicity has a drape, a silk drape around her shoulders. That was not there when you guys went to bed.
Did you go shopping this morning? I was up really early.
Oh my God, it's here. I really hope that was a dream. Oh, okay. She's like holding it on now, like tighter. Okay. She said it would be fine.
Rowan sees her cup is now empty and just gives her the cup I was gonna drink. And takes the empty cup. Who's here?
Okay, Rowan, we need to get out of here. We need to win. We need to end the war. Well, the frontier. We need to get it. We need to get another cause moving. We need to get the war machines back. We need to get everything here great because the war is.
Well, that's the plan.
They're going to set the forest on fire. Set the forest on fire. I mean,
Oh.
the other end would put the fire out. Okay,
Oh,
okay. You remember Neolithid?
Yes.
Oh my God! Even Jackal wakes up.
Okay, so Neolithid has books he shouldn't have, books from my library, books that, I can't tell you what the books are, because that would be terrible, since I have to tell you what the books are, because otherwise you were not going to explain.
Are they valuable? Don't answer that.
Lynches?
Who?
Why is everyone pacing this fucking early in the morning? It hasn't even been 3 bells yet.
Alaric, do you know what a Dracolich is?
I'm sorry, what the fuck? Actually, Jeebus, because technically Elric would have heard stories of giants.
With
Would there have
the
been
giants, you have... I think you get history checks at advantage normally, right?
No. Hold on, let me check.
Isn't that from one of your runes? I'm pretty sure one of your runes gives you history check at advantage.
Insight...
Oh, it's insight,
you know,
right.
Yeah.
So roll me a...
It's insight and arcana right now. Wait, hold on, I have one more.
Give
Oh,
me
yeah,
a gauge on how much Elric actually paid attention to the stories.
I think because, thinking Elric-wise, considering, like, giants are these big, bulking kind of anomalies to Elric, and probably what inspired him to at least get a little bit bulkier. He would have paid attention if there was, like, some action sequences or something that would be... he would have found cool when he was younger. Something just like these give no
Yeah,
fucks
so
kind of...
you can just roll me a straight history check.
Okay.
Because really didn't keep up with the,
Yeah. That's not an advantage, but that's a 10. So
10. The term sounds familiar, but you definitely thought that was just a fairy tale.
I mean, whenever the elders would tell stories about giants, they had mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure that was just make-believe, no?
No!
Huh.
So,
Just think normal liches are not make-believe. Dragon liches are definitely not make-believe. They're more complicated because dragon souls are different than normal souls, but...
Okay, I'm going to put that under something we'll deal with eventually.
Yeah, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. We have to get Nova Cows. We need to get...
Elric
we
looks
need to
down.
Purple Dragon Knight and kill Greywood. We need to kill them now.
How fast do you
Limits.
think we're gonna win this?
Callista, you do understand how war works, right? It's not just a snap your fingers and done kind of thing, correct?
John is visually confused.
Oh, Steve's eye literally has like that coffee twitch, like...
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Elric looks down and sees two up the coffee cup. How much fucking coffee did you drink this morning?
Just 2 cups. And for me, I've had none, so...
You turn and look down the hallway, there's a table that's got like 10 cups on it already.
Oh, God.
3 carafes.
Alright,
and I thought
we're going to walk back your coffee addiction just a little bit.
oh dear.
For now, I'm going to get some fucking steak and eggs, or whatever we have the equivalent of at this point, and a beer, and then I will wake up and deal with the situation. Elric just goes down the stairs, just walks past the others, and...
Jack was just putting his gear on and everything else. Right, and I thought I was the one having weird dream issues and memory stuff. What exactly happened?
I had a great dream. I don't know what... She's freaking out.
I mean, it was a great dream, other than the fact that it was him and not somebody better, because, I mean, he was only my crush when I was 7, and...
Back up, I'm out. Back up. I want to hear more about this. I'm gonna grab some more coffee for both of us. I'll be right back.
Alright, in that space of time,
Can you
Khaleesi...
grab one of my Mountain Dews from the bag?
Jack was going like,
I'm grabbing the soda.
uh-oh. Did something
Hey,
happen?
you're too
No,
far.
she's
Oh.
I would also like a Mountain Dew booze, please. And Howard just sits down.
Jack will just go over to Khaleesi and just say, alright, in the span of whatever time it takes for Rowan to return, can you please go a little bit slower? All I heard was Lich, Draco Lich, and something else.
Okay, a little bit slower. A little bit slower. Okay, Squid face, major problem, stole books from my family, powerful books, books I can't even read, books that I couldn't be allowed to read until I was much, much stronger. Probably my grandmother doesn't get to read them, even. And Dracolich. They contain secrets to Dracolich. We need to find Drake. We need to find Drake now. Okay, we can't find Drake now. We need to win the war. Get the fuck out of here. Kill the Braywind bitch. Kill the Purple Dragon Knight. Get the war machine going again because they're already at the edge of the forest. My home. And I really am not being slower. I'm sorry.
Is she
Okay.
heading downstairs? Is she still upstairs?
Oh, she follows him down.
Jackal's moving actually slow, but he's just gonna piece it together of, alright, I will sum this up, your home is in danger. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Klaus,
That's not all.
class, whoever...
There's other things that really,
Wait,
bad, really bad.
let me try to digest this as best as I can. Klaus, or whatever his name is, the squid face guy.
Hold on.
Isn't he also working with,
Alex just gonna pick up Callista. She's running. That's like the fucking cartoon running.
Is that really running? It's just like pacing. She's like got that like thing where she's like doing math in her head and like.
Yeah, that's why Alex is gonna pick her up. Like, no,
Us between the stop like hyperventilating.
no.
Roll a perception check, Ron.
How do you guys type in the orange text?
You type /me
Slash.
and then whatever.
Flash
you
me, then space.
Rowan,
slash.
Rowan sees two little orange hands reaching up for the mug.
Stop. No, I'm just gonna put it higher, like above my head. How tall is Tick compared to the counter?
Not tall enough, but he has a climb speed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like shorter than me.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's small. He might be like Sean sized actually.
I'm
Well,
just
Sean
gonna
is
hold the coffee up a little higher, and I'll even drink some of it.
Jackal's just gonna ask Callisti, here's a question that, Cassis, or whatever guy, the squid face, doesn't he also work for Pablo, as he called him, the head priest of the Lady of Pain?
I mean, we have no idea that actually is true. We haven't had any evidence other than the mutations and it's a theory. But apparently he's a very, very, very old, wizard, very powerful. And he stole books that contain information. It's not a curse. Drake's not under a curse.
Right, so considering that you were, if I remember correctly, yelling at the, Odin about him stealing books, isn't this guy the one who framed Odin then and everyone else? Or perhaps, I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure the church stole those books trying to figure out what was going on with Drake. And they were completely off in so many goddamn ways.
Right.
She kind of grabs Jackal by like the collar and looks in his eyes. He stole part of his soul. It's how you start making a Dracolich.
Jackal is going to resist that grab, because he does not like this sort of crazy, and he's going to even say it out loud of, Callisti, as much as I am loath to agree with Elric, you need to calm down. I get it. We got some world-ending things that we have to worry about, it seems. Then Jackal pauses. Oh, fuck, wait.
And then you just watch as Callisti just suddenly is just like, oh, wait. And just, like, ragdolls half of it. All of a sudden she's like, oh, wait.
Hey, so rest was a bad idea.
For some of us, apparently.
Jackal is going
I am... No, go ahead.
Jackal's going to pull Callisti close to whisper, is that what Marthane is likely doing?
Yeah. Or one of the others, but I would imagine that's the one.
Callisti,
Living godhood.
I have a question then.
Just puts her down gently.
Why would your family even write a book for that in the first place? Or not burn it immediately if they knew shit like this could happen?
I honestly don't know enough about the original author. Because those books are off limits.
So are we going
I mean, even to everybody. I mean, those are in a part that pretty much has to be warded. Especially after that situation, I guess. Elric, if you haven't realized it yet, we're morally gray. You know, it's a lot of stuff we do is just because we can. I think...
The words of your grandmother ring in your ears. Fuck that noise, I'm a wizard.
To quote my grandmother, who's got to be somewhere in her 500s, fuck that noise, I'm a wizard.
This is why I hate the spellcasters sometimes. No offense to you, but I
You have
hate
any
it.
luck.
Oh, I don't care. The problem I have generally with spellcasters is they always think they have moral superiority over things they shouldn't. And this is the problems that it creates. And it's slowly starting to get on my nerves. The same shit that the Brewins did all the fucking time.
Look, I'm not going to disagree that we have a situation.
Elric was like gripping at his sword, like where you were saying that. Because he thought you were going to say moral superiority.
But I do want to point out something. Dragons can cause more wars than wizards.
I think that is highly debatable.
Yeah, they were tied before, and now they're up 2-1.
It's like 2-1.
That was a wizard war.
Yeah, in Cordoba. That was during the, the moonfall? Or, like, close to?
It was right after the moonfall, after the dragons all began to hibernate, and wizards were fighting for power.
And then the dinguses reinitiated the second moon war, or the second fucking dragon war.
Right.
Good times. Anyway.
Hey, have I been looking for information on the wrong war?
Maybe.
You don't remember the fall of the moon war? That's generally where most spellcasters tended to blast the shit out of each other and scar a lot of Cordoba to what it is today.
Yeah, but I was looking at something further back, thinking of certain timelines when things were written by Delarus, so I might have been misguiding myself on which one it was.
I love how Elric always has oddly specific information that probably shouldn't be had.
Right, so
randomly.
I have my own particular priorities, which first and foremost, Jackal gives a slight bow to Arios and just says, first and foremost, I want to apologize for my conduct yesterday. I was not right in the head.
After a battle like that, a man can change. And I'm glad it didn't change you for the bad. Here, 2 portions, as you actually probably deserve.
Thank you.
Sever, how's that dragon meat coming? And Jackal, you have probably 48 ounces of dragon steak in front of you.
Oh, yes.
Also, one thing I'd like to point out, Callisti. On the plus side, at least we'll somewhat have help from giants if we're going to be fighting Dracolich things.
I just really thought about something that really does bother me in a weird way, though I guess I would have to require that there would be test subjects.
Who wants to roll for Zephyr real quick?
I will.
I need a d20 plus 10.
And what's
Okay.
bothering you exactly, Callisti?
Well, if I am to believe what I was told, it wasn't completed, the research, which would incite that there has to be test subjects, which means we're going to end up with a lot of...
Callisti.
That's why he's turning people into dragons.
was going
I
to
thought it
say,
was for a war machine because people and dragons would make more sense, but... Right, he's just as thick and twisted as my cousin. Okay.
I feel
That 21 was for Zephyr's cook's utensils as he is cooking everybody that dragon you guys killed yesterday.
I'm going to... Oh, good. Is there shards of glass in the meat?
No, that turned into a pile of glass and
The black
it was the
dragon.
black
Oh,
dragon.
yeah. Oh, okay. The other dragon. Oh, yeah, the head that I put down on the table that's still tied to my back.
Yeah.
Felicity. Can we go back to that thing about a crash?
Oh, dear God, I'm not even dealing with this. This is like when I was talking to my wife when she was younger.
Have fun with that.
She'd always go on about fucking John Strongarm for 20 hours a day.
Jackal
Now,
moves
he
over
was the
here. He
medical-
calls out to Rowan. Rowan, you can sit here.
Yeah.
I'll give you the name of that guy.
Wait, I want to hear about your wife drama too later. Drama fuels me.
There you go.
Money and drama.
That's just his name, so you can add that if you want.
God.
So when I was 7, there was this book series about this Tabaxi knight named Leo. He was 7 feet tall, and you remember when Elric turned into a Tabaxi for like 20 minutes?
It is what now?
I did.
Yes.
He also rode a white stallion, which I really don't like horses. I don't know why I was
But you would ride his stallion, right? You know what I'm saying?
Whoops.
Oh my fucking God, that was worded so badly.
I know this is a World Cup, but I still technically am king.
Actually, no, because it never went that far, because we're talking about a childish dream.
Also, Rowan, please word that.
But there was the other half of the dream, that, and Callisti just kind of quiets down, and it's hard to see what a cat blushes, but the cat is blushing.
Let me roll my wisdom. Oh, you see...
Unusual.
Cool. Felicity, you just see Elric for like a brief moment, just like spit out his drink and like, because you remember way back when he technically has read your fan fiction, at least some of it.
You actually see Callisti after a few months of like just being there like thinking and kind of smiling softly. I still need to buy those wrenches.
What the fuck do you need wrenches for?
Because I figure that's the best way to get her to go to dinner with me, maybe? Isn't that why you buy things for people you like?
You don't... You alright, I'm going to give you this, considering. Usually, you buy something of their interest, and I don't think giving her a wrench is a good... Is it?
No,
You
we're
don't know
talking
that.
about, we're talking about Edelson's wrenches. Do you not realize how expensive those are?
I do.
And who I'm giving them to, I mean, she literally broke a wrench because wrenches... Why does he work in metric?
Sometimes I
Not
wonder...
even standard metric.
Fuck you, I'm a goblin.
A lot of this world is based on fuck you and I want mentality, I guess.
Nice metric.
Must be struggling with goblin metric. Meanwhile, Sean shouldn't be taking offense, probably.
No, he's probably too dumb to understand what was said.
Jackal doesn't understand what you guys are saying. He's just quietly eating his breakfast.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were referring to the other person you had referred to seeing in death, and we're going to give her a wrench and was there. Very confused.
Gonna be honest, kind of trying to stay away from that, even though, yes, it is a possibility.
I'm
But
not
if he
even-
does cave in, it's going to be one of those ones of, hi, pretty lady, on the other side that I'll never get to deal with because I never tend to die again. But, you know, being how things have been lately, and how many times I've seen my own blood, I'm keeping my options open until, you know, I end up in a serious situation with one of them or more.
Reminds me of a story I used to heard around the camp in the mines of a person that tried to get with death. I think his name was, or the stories was, lead duel or something like that. Yeah, it's been too damn long. Thank you, I'll be here all week.
Okay, I'm not really that knowledgeable on mine songs.
It's a long story about the man that couldn't really die no matter how hard he tried, and someone punched him so hard into the earth that he was able to at least spend some time with us incarnate of death. It's really weird. Dwarves usually get drunk and make up shit on the spot, so...
Did someone say mine songs?
No, please, God.
I started playing
there was
the
the other
Secret
option,
Tunnel
which
from
was
Avatar The Last Airbender.
horrifying amount of murder and genocide to see if she'd noticed me.
No, we're not committing genocide yet. I'm going to preface that with yet, because I feel like once we go south to Marthane country, we may.
Why is finding someone so important?
Alex just turns around at you, just gets there. I'm going to pretend you didn't say that. It goes back to his rig.
And they thought that I'm the crazy one.
Secret
No, I meant
tunnel.
someone to like. Oh God, that's in the background. I hated it. I meant like. I don't know. You have a wife, and you have a. What do you have? I'm talking to Jackal.
Depression.
Identity
So I think he has a
crisis.
basilisk that wants to have his babies or something. I don't know. Or wants to give him babies.
At least you have a crush. I just don't get it.
What?
What? You don't understand love?
Right.
No. Other than family love.
Alright. I'm not going to sit here and explain this because...
Okay, when we get back to Ravenslift, I'm gonna find all. What is it gonna be like? What? 127 other tieflings?
I moved around a lot. It didn't seem important.
I'm in Ravenslift. I mean, there's gotta be somebody there that's gonna be, like.
Oh,
You know
I
what?
thought you were about to buy her like 120 trashy romance novels and make her read all of those.
No.
Step 1, research. Step 2, romance.
She already. She
Step
just looks
3,
like
profit.
she just motions.
No,
She
step
already
3
has
is
an
question
entire
mark, then
collection-
4 is profit.
She already has an entire collection of trashy romance novels. Why would I need to give her more?
Oh wait, you're referring to the vampire romance novels where...
Oh,
Ugh.
I do. Do I still have? I sold those. I don't have those.
Oh wait. Wait,
Yeah,
when
she
you
did
sell
sell
them? Oh wait, yeah, she... Oh,
Wait, you sold them already?
Yeah.
people
I'm
buy shitty
really
romance
good at my-
novels?
I got someone to buy fingers.
I don't want to remember this.
And yet you don't have any
I'm
influence?
quite good. I learned from the best.
Callisti, she's a seller, not a buyer. Please.
That was why I was asking if she had incense to sell.
Oh,
That was good.
I mean, I don't.
See? She sells entities, she doesn't sell
I
normalities.
have, you know what I do have? I have a little bit of weed. A little bit of that.
Why the fuck do you have weed?
I
Callisti at
have.
that point motions to like the box or the brick of it she has.
Wait, why does everyone
I
have
have-
fucking weed?
I also have the other drug.
Explicitly chemical warfare. Oh, that reminds me,
Hold on.
Jack. I need that injection back.
I thought I was
Give
using
some
it.
video.
No, we did give it to Jackal, remember?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm thinking because you made a second one. I
I have 2 injections on me, and I gave one to Jackal, so I had 3.
Yeah, That's why Jackal just kind of looks at you all with all
Because they
the.
rolled stupidly high.
Coaching Callisti's effort.
why I'm afraid of all the magic casters in our party.
Jackal just
Basically
says,
the
"I'm
whole
gonna hold
party."
on. I'm gonna hold on to that injection for insurance."
Especially Sean.
Every fucking magic caster in this party.
Sean wins into the fourth dimension.
Don't see what kind of insurance you're looking at, Jackal.
It's to ensure we don't beat his ass, and he has a way to stop us.
Well, yeah, you know what? That's actually insurance number 3.
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Pretend I didn't hear it and keep going on about my day. As Elring starts drinking again.
As Jackal also goes, yeah, like I hear all the crazy stuff. I mean, it's not like you were run out of home and brand as an outlaw, so yeah.
No, someone just took over my damn home, and I was named King. Speaking of which, y'all had quite the day yesterday. Would anybody like to fill me in on what's going on?
Jackal looks
he's
over
dead.
his shoulders.
Council members are now being corrupted into dragons, so that's fun.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Mead was a psychopath, killed a bunch of people to turn him into fertilizer. Then, when we kicked his ass, he turned into a dragon while screaming, "No, I'm not done yet."
Correction, I think his mind got probably tainted into believing, because I don't think Mead was ever that aggressive, even with everything that had
I
happened.
think the exact words he says were, "Oh, look at us, we're starving."
I believe the other words he also said to Sean was that you make good fertilizer.
Yeah, he
That
did
was
say that.
very rude.
No, that's normal goblin talk for dwarves, actually.
He also
Just because I'm green does not mean I go on grass.
Well, you'll make good grass.
Oh no!
Do I make
I
the grass
mean-
green?
Well,
No.
we used to get raided by your kin all the time, so, you know, we didn't make a use
Sounds
for
like a
what
you
is.
problem, not
It
mine.
was, and we made it into a solution.
Well, no, you made it into a them solution by making them into a solution and then putting them in the ground.
I'm not saying what we did was right. I'm not saying what they did was right.
goblins
I'm
are high
saying-
in it.
She's correct.
Right, so my hysterical moment was the fact that seeing your council member turning people into nice fertilizer for whatever madness he was going through reminded me of the situation back at my own home at times. So, again, I apologize for my slight crackness because for a brief moment I thought I was back in the South.
The irony tends to reign wherever places of power go. At the very least, we can topple what's left. My only worry at the moment is if the Brewins are, since that's probably where we're going next anyway, if they're under control of someone or they're doing it for their own gain. As for the
Rewinds
stone,
right?
I'm sorry, what?
Rewinds have magic ability, right?
Jeebus? Yes, no.
Hold on.
The commerce people. Yes, no on magic?
Yeah, no, hold on. He got a phone
Oh, okay,
call.
okay. Yeah, no problem.
Also, Jack will add, also, Callisti, I think is, from what I understood from your full-on, fast-paced tirade upstairs, I think it's best you would inform the king where the siege weapons might be.
Also,
Well, they're definitely not on the front.
No,
That's
they're
the problem.
Yes, but
Also-
remember we sent scouts to look for them?
you know one
Yeah,
thing
I don't know exactly what they are. I'm imagining they're sieging a city down where whichever one of the the dinguses is down there. But the problem is either they haven't left or production is halted, but they've made it as far as the Umbredan Forest. We're losing a lot of ground in the north because dwarven soldiers and siege weapons aren't there.
One thing I am worried about, though, considering who we're fighting left, I'm praying that the Brewins and the Stone Jaws aren't making something extremely annoying to get through, like a siege tower or something, because that's when the Golden District's going to become a lot more fun to navigate, and I mean that with every bitterness left that they have.
Actually, if they try to do a siege weapon, that'd actually be really dumb in here.
Not a siege weapon, a giant. Remember when we were down in the mines prior, and there were all kinds of moving pieces going around here and there, and the doors. A lot of that tends to be stone jaw magic, and if they're going to do something like that, that's my concern of if they're working with the Bruins currently going into their home. Is we could be dealing
If I tell
with
you that was a bunch of ghosts, does that make more sense?
Yes, but no, because it's still based on old stone jaw magic, at least for most of the architecture, I believe, which worries me.
Well,
Depending how competent the stone jaws are that we're going to be fighting.
considering that Dirtbeard that we fought yesterday was off his rocker, we should at least proceed with the resolution that everyone else has probably lost their mind in the council because, I don't know, maybe there was a traitor or the fact that Purple
Sorry, my sister called.
Yeah, no worries.
Purple Dragon and Dragon Knight probably got into their heads.
Jeebus, circling back a little bit. Brewins, magic, yes, no, a little bit here and there.
Sorcerers would skip a generation or two.
So, kind of. Would I know if the daughter that's technically close to Elric's age would be...
She is a
sorcerer
sorcerer,
or not?
but she does not seem to have the same family tropes. She does not seem to be
Okay.
born and raised an asshole.
Well,
Because I don't think Mead was able to disintegrate people.
yeah, that's what
That's
worries.
the problem, is that's a considerably different type of magic.
And I don't think the stone jaws could even build something that crafty that quickly to start burning bodies.
Could it also be a
Well-
possible monster or something under direct control of the Purple Dragon Knight?
No. I think it's Brewin. Plus, I just kind of want just to put her in the ground.
Is anybody trained in nature?
I think only Zephyr. Because I'm not.
I was gonna grab his.
It's Arcana
obviously
now.
He is.
I am.
Oh, nice.
Alright, so you roll a nature check for you, and somebody give me a d20 plus 7.
I got D20 plus 7.
Go for it.
Yep. There we go. Damn.
Alright, so both Zephyr pipes in from the kitchen, and Rowan, you realize it's about the same time. Hey, weren't that thing that we fought in the distillery breathe lightning?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't think it was that much, but yeah.
What?
Not
I mean, we're kind of strong, guys. Wouldn't that, turn people to ash if it was powerful enough?
Yeah? Oh.
And it's called
Yeah,
the
that makes
consumer.
sense. Why
It
would
has
you
to
quit?
poop, right?
Why are we... can we not?
Well, I mean, on the other hand, that does actually make it so that Mead could have potentially done that, so... Okay, that definitely lessens the worry that I had.
That still doesn't...
You
question.
could roll too high on an Arcana check.
True. Question, Jeebus.
Yeah.
Did, because I probably would have still interacted with the Brewin daughter occasionally, whose name who's slipping my mind at the moment.
Yeah, I have the list, but it's
Here.
it's the deep dive for the Google Doc.
I can look, because I have the NPCs. Where is it? Not Gravenclaw.
I don't even think I made her an NPC. She's just somebody we've talked about before. It's
No,
not Mirabelle.
she's on the council.
No, I'm talking about somebody else.
Oh, no, I'm referring to the one on the council. Because
Yeah,
Elric
no,
would have been...
Mirabelle is probably older than your dad.
Ah, okay. Oh, okay. In my brain, I thought
Yeah,
Mirabelle
she
was...
has a daughter. Maribeth has a daughter.
Okay, so I'm thinking it was a daughter.
And Maribeth is a cunt.
Is that she's the one that was always at ends with Elric, just to clarify?
Yes.
Okay. Do I know if she had any, like, not druidic, but more plant-based magics
She
and stuff, or just
had
like selling
an
flowers?
affinity for plants. She liked plants a lot. Mainly, her spells were different based. You really couldn't tell. It was
Okay.
She wasn't like a mind control wizard or anything like that. She's definitely like an offensive wizard, sorcerer,
Okay.
magic blasty person.
Understandable. As long as we don't have to deal with any fucking strangling vines or anything while we're going closer to their home, we should be fine. Also, ropers. Fucking hate those shits. They had them in their yard all the fucking time for whenever my father and I would visit, and they'd fucking swat at me. It was annoying as shit.
What's a roper?
Oh, Jackal. Imagine a tree with vines with a gaping maw that will swat at you and then try to eat you.
Actually, theirs were shaped like statues. Like they had carved
Okay.
the ropers down into statues.
Ooh, that's rough actually for the roper.
They weren't good people. It's just
Well-
really good at making money.
Understandable. Well, sorry, it's been a while. I always thought they were plant-based, but no, they had giant statues of them that would also have these gray stonish vines that would slowly, again, open giant gaping maws to try to drag you into them and take a bite out of you. It was a pain in the ass. Apparently they trained them a little bit, and by trained them I mean shot them with spells until they stopped biting at people.
Yeah, that's kind of how you have to train them.
That sounds... It is just Jackal thinking of it. That sounds grossly similar to Basilisk, except they don't turn you into stone.
Well, these things won't turn you into stone. They'll consume every bit of your being and make sure there's nothing left. There was probably a shit ton of blood left on those statues when they first got them put in.
Right, with the Basilisk that I have come to know and fear, turn you to stone and eat you as your statues, so...
Alright, so let's keep in mind that if we're going to run through the front gates, we'll offer Sean as a sacrifice because he is the most worthy, and then we'll all go in. Sound like a plan?
No.
Why don't we just, blow up the
That
front
wasn't-
yard?
That was a joke. And also, I mean, sure. Kicking down the door should be fun. I'm also kind of worried about what other plant monstrosities could be hidden throughout their yard. So just kicking down the front door could alert everything.
I thought dirt
Would you like
beers...
to hear what I have to say? And I would also remember that thing I told you all yesterday that now that you're eating breakfast, you're gonna give me a recap of what happened yesterday.
I was trying.
Sorry, go ahead, Callisti. We're going on a little bit.
Alright, so we went in. We fought our way there. We fought a black dragon. I'm pretty sure you probably heard all the stuff from the streets before we went into the brewery, or to the granary proper. Mead said, well, he wasn't necessarily like the others, so I'm not entirely sure how much he was being mind controlled and how much he was just, I don't know, maybe regressed problems that he hasn't dealt with.
He was complaining that the council kept making fun of his voice and the like, which
But
made
it's
him turn
squeaky.
traitor.
No, I can't say that we didn't do that.
Either way, he seemed very legit on it. Maybe not so much mind controlled. I'm pretty sure when I say that an illithid fucked with him by changing him into something else, that I'm not completely off my rocker, even though I really wish I was. But at one point, we were pretty much beating him into the ground. You know, like you would see a bunch of school kids kicking the crap out of someone.
Hey,
And then he screamed something about, no, I'm not done yet, and turned into draconic being that was made of glass and sand and had tentacles coming off of his face and breathed.
Glass shards
Remember
and
how much glitter
fire.
we were covered in?
Hey.
Yeah, that. It hurts a lot.
Wait, so he didn't transform himself. He was forcibly transformed?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were about 2 seconds from, getting his, well, I'll just be blunt. I think we were about 2 seconds from Elric stomping his head in so hard that there was just going to be brains all over the floor.
I don't know.
He was never a fighter.
I don't know. He seemed pretty focused on
He
his.
also had those bullets were really annoying.
He seemed to be sound of mind when he transformed because he said he was going to kill Elric last after killing all the rest of us.
There's a lot of clarity. There was a lot of clarity.
That makes sense. He was not the biggest fan of Elric. And since currently he's not here to defend himself, when Elric was a lad, he would use his strength to irritate on lots of the other dwarves, and Mead was on the usual end of that punching stick.
So, are we to
I'm
blame?
surprised that you guys let us back in. After, half of the stories I've heard about him is either, oh, he's great, or why did we even not just completely exile him?
Well, we did, but the thing is about our culture, we praise the strong, and well, hell, he did find a lot of orphans that we weren't going to look into. Somehow always knew how to drain a flooded shaft. The boy knew his stuff.
He really does know how to unclog a toilet. It's weird.
Shut up.
Right.
I mean, when we got the pub, I didn't think anybody was going to get that thing unclogged, but Elric was in there for 20 minutes. And
Look, sometimes sometimes when an orc takes a shit after eating a giant meal, you just got to jam something in it for 20 minutes and pray that it don't move. Either way,
Right. So anyway, just to continue the story, or at least a recap for you.
so what did I miss while I was going to the restroom real quick? Were they just talking?
Pretty much, you believe me a lot.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
also the fact that Mead was basically sound of mind when he transformed, and basically said to Elric that he'll kill him last after he gets rid of all of us.
Okay.
So
Also makes sense.
yeah. So the king said that, well, it makes sense because Mead actually hates Elric's guts. So
Considering how much I probably pissed off most of the council, I'm surprised half of them didn't want me to die on the spot. But again, that's the king said, praise is strong, and I was at least able to prove myself there enough to not get murdered immediately.
I have a weird question
ain't you lucky?
Hey,
from a tactical position.
Yeah.
Because I kind of noticed there was a few, so I was just kind of curious. Could we get the Braywins to come out into lead them into what we want them to be into, just by having Elric do something horrible to a Braywin statue?
No,
It really seemed like she hates him enough that, if he was, urinating or rubbing his naked butt on it or something.
No, I know exactly what I can use to taunt them, considering she's been hounding after my father for years, and I really don't want to.
Does it
Elric
involve
points at his
that?
sword. He just points at his sword and not gonna say anything else.
Oh, for a moment I thought you were going to refer to that strange flowery statue of your father that they made.
No. They like to piss me off every time I come back here. But the problem is they know our family had some shit that they would probably love to get their hands on and mass produce. Which, using that as bait, we can maybe get them to move.
That's on the assumption that they care for that and they weren't given a better deal.
Considering, Jackal, what's this sword and some of its properties, I think some people down south would love to have access to those mass-produced and high quality.
Anyway, getting back to the story after that point, I remember I went unconscious, I think. And when I woke up, there was a bunch of... the weed had been shattered into dust.
Yeah, Sean sang really loud and broke the sound barrier again.
Oh, I thought that was a dream.
No, he actually did, which I had to put on, cover my ears.
Or a concussion.
I wish it was a concussion sometimes. It'd be a lot easier to understand.
Alright, so while you were out doing that, we had your little friend over there, points at Pig, and the boys doing the recon. And well, we have found a couple things, and it's going to be really down up to what you all want to do. We can either have you, and it seems that you want to go after the Brewin lass, and that's Stonejaw. Brewin is cooped up in her mansion right now as, obviously, her most powerful Legion of Guard. And we found the siege weapons.
Okay, so where are the siege weapons? Let me ask.
Well, if they're not at the Brewin Manor, they're at the Stonejaw facility.
So,
Alright,
a theoretical question. If Brayon's being a dumbass and staying locked inside of her manor, it would probably just be easier to go get the siege weapons and then...
blow up our house.
Yeah, pretty much.
I was thinking of that as
I
well.
was more planning on a dual strike situation, where the lads and I go and deal with one, while you go and deal with the other.
I mean, if we're going to do that, at least tactically, I would love to get my hands around her throat and shove her, again, deep into the crust of the earth.
Right.
I mean, I'm not against it. She was kind of a bitch. I just want to know, is everybody in agreement? Even you?
I never
He's looking
interacted
at the
with her.
king. Former king.
Well, at this point, I don't give a damn what happens to him.
See? At least he understands. As long as he starts drinking again.
A lot of them need to go. Even if they're sound of mind and body, or even if they're taken over. They've done too much harm to the people. We can't save their faces. So at least give them an honorable death.
Considering one just exploded into magic glitter, I think honorable is also probably off the table. If you do excuse me, King, for that.
Yes, well, it might
how
not be
honorable is
honorable,
Dragon
but
War?
he died when the people thought his mind was... And what good he did do to this land. That's what they'll remember.
If we survive this all, that could open the fucking doors.
But I need everyone to be aware of something, because he might be here, and he might not. And we need to be very careful about it, because He might be coming after us.
Who? What?
Yeah, he doesn't
Kalos,
describe it.
the Illithid.
Why?
What did we do?
Apparently that's his modus operandi. If someone interests him, he starts leaving them gifts, like some kind of serial killer.
Why would you murder a breakfast food?
Wait. Who of us he gave gifts to?
You remember he left a note and, this thing. She pulls out a wand after we killed the troll mutant thing.
So, he is after you?
Yeah.
He might also just be taunting a lot of us at this point.
No.
May I ask as to why he would be interested in you, Callisti? If... Blasted sirens outside.
Are a couple of reasons, Jackal, none of which I wish to divulge with you right now.
Understandable. But...
Well, ask this and you don't have to answer. Does it have to do with the thing you were panicking about there earlier upstairs?
He is a direct cause, probably, of a lot of my panic upstairs.
All
I
right.
believe his connection and interest in me stems from a couple other problems and situations and talents and skills and things that I have on me that I may not have on me. If he's listening, I don't have them.
All right. So I'll put it under the tab of kill him later, along with Pabra and Pop Rocks and half the other people that we have on our ship list at this point. Don't worry, Marthane's on there, but it's at the very, very bottom. Ulrich pulled out like a small list of names. And if you look, there's like Jackal kind of like with like a million question marks.
Well, at least I'm on the list, questionably so.
Never know, Jackal. This is more precautious than anything. Also next to it, you see Calamity. With also a question mark.
Felicity just, like, seeing it slowly turns. You better hit me while I can't see it, because I will burn your brain out of your skull.
Oh, I'm aware. Hence, again,
And I will
question
make you
marks are shit marks.
feel it.
Yeah. If I die, I die. You remember what I said yesterday. As he just slowly puts the list back in his pocket.
Jackal looks over to Sean and just says in a very apologetic voice of, I'm sorry you had to come to see this, but this is actually common for us.
That's why I've been sitting here quiet.
You're a wiser...
I really think I need to apologize for one thing that I didn't really think of when I was calculating in the teleportation. So I apologize. You probably didn't catch his name, but he, the guy with the helmet and the mace.
Well,
Shot you in the face. Probably repeatedly.
no, I think if he hit him even one shot, no one would be standing anymore.
Oh, Sean, he hit you.
Wait, did I miss something?
Remember, right, yeah, you were actually... No, you were there. It was just the session you came back. You were, when you ended up in Gravencliff with the pile of goblins.
I think Parbolt actually didn't hit him, he just came in with the flail. Like, he
I
didn't touch
don't
him.
remember this.
That was
No, he
like
woke
when you
up
first
unconscious. Terrible Pete went into a fault.
Oh, yeah, and then he ended up at the bar!
And then Dulciana's like, oh shit, there's a note.
Oh, when I got... Okay, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, when you got into the bar and you met the crazy wizard man.
Yeah, I got beat up. I remember now, I remember.
Much like every goblin in this fucking campaign, you got bullied. Well, to get back to everything, I I'm fine with going to the Brewen Manor of everyone else, considering it's also near the Great Library anyway. And they'll probably need information off of that.
I wish that teleportation circle magic would work right now.
So do I.
We could bring purple in here.
I'm curious about something, if I may throw a question into this whole thing and everyone is free to answer it. But what exactly were the Brewen responsible of?
Commerce, trade, anything that basically shipped money in and out of the city.
And you
There's a
mentioned
reason.
that they
Sorry,
do
go ahead.
magic stuff, right?
Occasionally. It's a generational thing where it skips every now and then.
They're inborn, similar to how your magic seems to be manifesting, Jackal.
Okay, so that throws that weird theory out of the window. I also have the weird suspicion that perhaps they have a teleportation thing in their manor from their generational stuff.
I wouldn't actually doubt it.
Because
I've probably been in
There
the
is one
manor.
at Castle.
Is there a teleportation? Do they at least have like a secluded room that they would close off? I guess that's a history, maybe?
I mean, you've been in the manor, yes. Have you been in most of the manor? No.
Okay, that's what I kind of figured. That they would.
You've been
No, they wouldn't.
in like the reception room, but that's
Yeah, the
pretty
foyer.
much and the foyer. And that's pretty much it.
Because Jackal, continuing with his train of thought of, considering we ran into a dragon and a lot of reinforcements that I don't know how nobody noticed them, I can't help but wonder if maybe either the strong jaw locations that the king has mentioned or the Brewen location, maybe one of them might have a teleportation circle thing.
I'm willing to bet, that if anything, it's more so in the Brewen side, as it could probably make commerce a lot more accessible, as it would allow them to go directly rather than going through council building bullshit and bureaucracy.
But isn't there like but I thought there was a teleportation circle within the...
In the council building, yes, but I'm saying they may also have a private one that makes their jobs easier.
Well, there definitely is one in the council building, but it gets shut down the second the doors close.
Yeah, I kind of guess.
But
that
also,
might be.
doesn't the stuff that negates dragons being able to be in here get shut down or stay up?
Hey,
And emotions towards, like, things, like, you know, the emotion of, like, things we've just said, dragons, 2 dragons, black dragon.
Jackal
well,
motions.
they were already in here, and also not a real dragon. It was still a dwarf.
I'm pretty sure that black dragon is still a black dragon. And it bugged Tick. I mean, and Tick's not even a dragon in any way.
You see Tick put down the coffee cup. Ah!
See?
Sure.
Yeah, I wasn't referring to Dirtbeard's transmutation thing. I'm referring to the black dragon that we are currently eating its meat as the moment for breakfast.
Like, turns sideways emotions towards the head on the table.
Yeah, or just kind of put it down.
He kind of puts his fork down, looks at his nearly empty plate. Now I'm concerned on who that was. If
But just,
well,
Sorry, go ahead.
there still should be no ability for dragons to get in here, right? Moradin built this place. What we're all told.
Unless... Oh, I don't like that chance.
Callisti, are you thinking what I'm probably thinking could happen? Considering...
And I have you
Well,
not
a
think
certain,
that.
a certain cleric did that. A certain holy man was able to make somebody not be affected.
Oh, what now?
What?
Callisti's staring over at Tick.
Huh?
Someone who I think got out before the doors closed.
I think you're looking at this somewhat the wrong way.
Are you
No,
referring
I'm saying that there could be another cleric that could somehow dispel that portion.
so
Or...
instead of
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good thought.
Callisti, remember what you told me that your family is neutrally gray? And fuck that shit, I'm a wizard. Who else operates ruins under the guidance of the council here?
Opius puts his coffee down. What?
That's the thing, is they're divine, and I'm gonna be honest, I think Opius runs a really tight ship.
Hey,
Mine, cave.
Forge cleric.
I think Elric is referring to your aunt.
Okay, first of all, no. We are contractually obligated to never violate that in any way possible.
Can someone write up a new contract? Because as long as she maintains the ruins, that's not infringing on the contract, no, as she maintains the one down below, but there's nothing to say she can't get another contract that doesn't conflict.
Yes, actually. Callisti literally reaches in her bag, pulls out like the 500-page manuscript of it. Page 439, Section 3, Part 7, Cert 3. Exclusivity to maintain this and never go against. I mean, it's like huge legalese of like.
It's really, yeah, they are worse than lawyers.
We make deals with devils. Devils stopped making deals with us like 3 centuries ago, okay?
So let's.
I'm just keeping it on the back burner, just in case.
But
I'm also saying that possibly there's a cleric of Tiamat in this building here.
Yes, so let's put these on working on that angle of a possibility of another cleric of Tiamat and not Bahamut could, I believe the word was desecrate a holy site. But
Was it Opius?
Slowly nods.
But going back on the possibility of wizards, or I guess in this case, Callisti, does your family have any, I don't know, competition that could maybe decide to work on the other side and say, fuck this, we are wizards, we do what we want, and I believe, Elric, you were saying something about a wizard war going on and about? Couldn't? I don't know. Just let me finish for a moment, buddy. And Jackal says the buddy part with a bit of disdainful strain in it, but he goes, like, let me just finish this crazy thought process, but wouldn't it make sense for, I don't know, say a very megalomaniac red tyrant get mages to work for him and, I don't know, have them be on his side, wear red colors, and say, okay, get rid of anyone that doesn't work for me, even if they're quote-unquote morally gray?
Jeebus?
Yeah.
I'd like to do a history check of something a month ago.
Okay.
As we ran into a wizard from a family that is comparable in warding.
Yeah.
Where did she say she was coming from?
Let me get my map.
And do I remember her talking about going to Novrid Kaz? Because I know she came from the north.
She comes from the north, but she came from Forest of Arbordania. Let me bring you guys to the map real quick.
Okay.
Is that large forest in the very top left?
Shifting is, my thing loaded really slowly.
It's up, yeah, it's up there. Noverkaz is more here.
And what do I know of the traveling of the freeways?
They are usually a neutral party in most things, just kind of trying to keep their elvish ways alive. You guys really don't have much
Cross-pollination. Probably the best way to word
No, that sounds different. The cross communication. Every once in a while, one of the men of their tribe their tribe will become a parental figure for one of the ladies. You get my meaning? Keeping power in power.
Yep.
But other than that, you guys really don't have much dealings with them. You do know that they're a very different type of breed. You kind of still stick to the witchy ways of living in the forest off of your own means, still in luxury, but more homey. They are like a treetop metropolis, is the best way to put it.
I guess my question is knowing from the interactions that I had with her, because there was quite a bit of talking, could I come to any kind of weird inference that maybe her or one of her family members had just been through no great cause? Because I remember her saying she's very specifically in wards and protections.
Yes, she is, but you know from one of your conversations that she actually went through the... Alright, guys, give me a break here with the spelling on this map. What the fuck is this word?
Which one? Hold on.
Terra Incognita.
Incognita. Okay, I was going to say it right. She specifically went through Terra Incognita to test her wards against cold, which you know is what is colloquially known as the frigid north. A lot of moving islands of living ice that live up there, and you actually know that Odin had been there for quite some time and lost a couple fingers to frostbite on his mission.
Elric's home away from home.
Elric, you've never been there.
I know, I was making a joke.
You know, Jackal, you're right. I guess it's just one of those ego things that I like to think that, my family is the best, being what we do. But theoretically, there are others that, if they pass through here, I would kind of hope that someone would have remembered. Kind of looks at it, Arnos and everyone like, was there another group of wizards that came through recently?
Group of wizards, no, but I mean, you all showed up during the fest. It could have been someone here.
I'm feeling like it had to be a little bit sooner than that to be setting up the damage to the wards. Somebody that would have gone into the mines, started that process, and allowed the initial increase, plus isolating Big Green from this side, unless they mined around him, which still doesn't make any sense because it seems like they have a massive Umbra Hulk infestation down there.
We do get overhauled from time to time, but I think the major issue is you were talking about the one coven, the elf tribe up to the north, eh?
Yeah, I ran into one of the younger ones.
What about that artificer clan that lives in Ikratis? You know, where Marthane lives? Those high elves?
She just kind of closes these eyes kind of narrow as she thinks about it. Those two bit half-assed freaking wannabes?
They're not half-assed, considering half of their shit burned through 20 different ruins.
Goblins make better firecrackers than they can ever make in anything.
Callisti. They're the reason why Marthane
That's
has been chewing through
The,
down half the warriors.
To the DM, does Jackal know about this family, considering he's from the south?
Jackal does. These people would, every once in a while, accidentally come through your town in carts that were not pulled by anything, but floated across the land like skyships, but extremely lavish, leaving trails of what you would have called wealth was penance to them. They changed people's lives almost always for the better, but for that one person, because they were the leader of that town. That is where your mayor got his first basilisk from.
I was going to ask that question. Okay, so everyone kind of visibly starts seeing Jackal's nails get a little bit longer and start carving into the wood. And not even looking at them, he's just saying like, right, Callisti, I will just add this, but I get it. Your family is great with what they specialize in. That particular artificer family, they're good at what they do. Especially considering that they...
Jackal, if you have their last name, you can't say it. I'm just searching for it right now.
As a player, I don't remember their last name. I know the assassin that
I'll find it.
I have it on fucking Casper sheet if I could.
Yeah, 'cause I remember Caradel, but I don't remember his last name. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Or what is that? I think it's
He's definitely...
You can check Casper sheet.
I think it was Fairwind or something. Fairwinds.
No, it's something with a B. I know what it is though.
Back Hunter Fallen. Elowin.
Elwyn, there we go. Right, you're referring to the Elwyn family. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
Right. They're the ones that gave the governor his damn first basilisk and a very potent amount of magical items and stuff. Nice ships, I think, but I wouldn't know. They provide the ones with the right amount of money and influence with the right tools.
Question, Jeebus, because Elric at least knows craftsmanship from a certain degree. Is Rowan's rifle Elowin made?
It is not.
Okay.
That
I
was
just wanted to make sure.
specifically made by the clan that the trial is from. Brain dumb,
Okay,
very
okay.
bad at names.
No, it's fine. Another thing, though, since Elric probably would have ran into it, do the Burnt Coalition also arm themselves with Elowin tech? Usually.
They absolutely do.
Lots
It's
of-
almost always generals or high commanders.
Even the people in the higher command have horrible Elowin weapons that can lay waste to towns like any normal wizard. But just in a single, say, drop or other things. Or at least some of the stories I've heard. Yeah. Michael would probably know more than myself, considering I'd be tortured a few of them for information. It didn't work well when they burst into fucking flames.
Oh, I mean, they experimented some of their stuff on us populace who don't exactly give the wealth or the due diligence of reverence and all that stuff to them or their lizard gods and all that stuff. I'm sorry, dragons.
But to put it bluntly, yes, they may be a laughing stock in the north, but they're really not any wizard clan to scoff at, considering they're single-handedly supplying most of Marthane's upper people with killing machines that are obviously winning the war.
Wow.
Do not ever equate those two-bit hacks to being wizards.
They don't have to be wizards, Callisti. They're just very smart with what they do, and that's make items that hurt other people and ruin other people's lives. I'm sure your family has maybe the best stuff of magic and everything, but, well, you can hate me for saying this bluntly, but I think that's a lot of the ego that you have talking. Too much of the pride. Similar to the Elwins, which I can kind of see now Marthane sparking that need for proving yourselves and all that stuff for a war and make you guys fight it out, and he'll just give his support to whoever sides with him. Which I wouldn't put it past him. I don't know. Think about it. When we met your aunt and those coalition guys who apparently were focused on killing themselves to wipe out a ruin, to them, lives is just a currency. It's not, doesn't really have much value other than, can you use our objects well enough, or are you just going to be another, looks over to the doors. What's the reference to use for, burning materials on a forge? Cinder? Something like that? I don't know.
Black.
Pretty much. I mean, I don't know how much stock all you guys put in on life of others, or even your own family and friends, but from my experience in the South, because I am a Southerner, the only thing you got really is your family, and even then, if you don't meet the quota, if you don't give the higher-ups their reverence and their due payments and tributes, well, when the blue bitch was in control, it was either the pits, where you pay, usually the pits, and then whatever's left over, which, let's face it, commoners, farmers, and the like don't really have a chance against the brutal gladiators or the angry foul beasts, but hey, whatever's left is used as fertilizer, and as a message for all of us to
Roll me a wisdom check as you say that.
Oh dear. Am I actually getting angry?
No.
Uh-oh.
Rolled as a or made them into fertilizer. Weird.
13.
Wait a second. Something just clicked with you. You fought a modified troll just the other week. A lot of the stories from the people of the pits were creatures like that.
Joggle pauses. Huh. Oh, so that explains why they are willing to throw our lives away so easily.
The people in the pits were test subjects.
Jackal pauses to really think of how to convey that. Oh, so that explains the ultimatum. You're not paying with gold, you're paying with your own bodies. Huh. Oh, it makes so much sense now. The blue bitch is responsible for all the mutations. Well, her pits anyway, because she puts everyone... Oh, I'm sorry. I was just remembering something that, now that I'm talking about it, it sort of clicks, was that the mutations and test subjects and all that stuff, that morphing of people's bodies into something else, that was being done in the pits when the blue lady, the blue bitch, was in full control before she ceded territory to the red egomaniac.
Well, let's assume that the blue bitch had lost some of her test subjects to Marthane. How the fuck is Marthane getting them all here?
Well,
Teleportation by the Underdark?
Well, just to give you more clarity on that part, as Callissi does call them 2-bit hacks and everything, but the Elwins are involved with the modifications too, in some degree.
Of course, they're fucking army. Abominations. Why fucking wouldn't they?
Well, considering my condition, I wouldn't be surprised if I was some sort of results of that as well. Through I don't know, maybe a survivor survived some sort of concoction. But I don't know anymore, considering how twisted up my own head is, and my memories only seem to come back when it's convenient to whoever else is designing this particular or orchestrating this situation.
I have a question. Elric's gonna look at the king. How familiar are you with the Underdark or general locale outside of the Shadow Keep or whatever the hell it's called down below? And to put that in context, above game, that's the castle that Miser would be in, but I don't know the exact name of it because Elric wouldn't know. So
You're talking to Colonel right now, right?
the king, yeah, or
Oh, you're talking to Arianos.
well, yeah, and he'll kind of leave it open up for if anyone wants to answer. But he's kind of looking at Arnos, assuming he might know, but also probably kindly as well. Because I didn't know if he was here or not, so.
He's just in the back corner over here.
Okay. I guess Elric will probably wave her down then.
Hell.
Worst comes to worst, you can just cast tongues or something. Or we could start writing back and forth. I can read out.
No, it's not it. I'm just trying to remember the name of that fucking city.
Liza, do you remember?
It should be in my notes, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
That would be so far away.
I mean, it would be probably close to the, if you do the Control F and just look for Miser, which...
I mean, is it in your Miser notes?
It's,
The name of the city, since your daughter's from there?
No, it should be in the Jackal's notes, because it was mentioned a few times.
Ah, okay.
But, right now, my thing is going really slow for some reason, so... Let's see if I can try to find it here. Nope, I'm gonna have to pop this thing out.
I know it started with a U too.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say the Emperor City, but I might be wrong.
No, it had some fucking name I came up with. Ah, I got it. Currently, in very broken common, you speak Ustrenar, yes?
That would be the main whole of the Underdark, no? Or the kingdom?
Is where King Miser and Queen Corey live.
Well, since you are on the outskirts, did you see any weird magics of corrupted trolls just appearing out of nowhere?
Oh, this thing is going slow.
Lots of strange beasts. Not native, we think, to plains.
Yep. It's definitely Brent's coalition making a mark. Is there long Underdark tunnels that connect from what we would call up top the north to the south? Or rather, tunnels that go on for what feel like forever?
Many tunnels throughout the entire Cordova.
I hate this. Alright, has there been any consideration of sealing them in order to prevent or do they usually bring in goods from all around Toba?
Too many to seal entire pathways.
Alright. Well,
There you go.
at least we have an idea. Oostergrave. Oostergrave. Is it Grave or Grave?
Grav.
I would think Grave, just because of the...
I think the E was silent.
U.S. Here.
I may have spelled
Yeah.
it wrong.
Oostergrave. I was assuming it was more German and kind of enunciating
I
on the arts.
probably was going for German.
Yeah, because right now my Chrome is lagging on me, so...
Is it stormed again?
No, I think... Okay.
Usterverna. Okay. Or Usterverna. Right.
Ustvarna.
Okay.
Or Vernar. Okay.
I didn't know how to add accents to shit. I'm not good at words.
No, that's fine.
Phonics is a really funky thing when all your letters go fucking sideways.
True. Especially when the U becomes an N.
Dyslexia.
Okay, alright, so we know at least how the Burnt Coalition is getting here. We know that all these trolls are probably Eloin products. Now the question is...
No, why not, you speak of Illithid man. Why not him using, Blue Dragon territory for testing?
How... This is going to be a weird question. How prideful are dragons to want to lower their ego to a smart asshole like an Illithid?
If the Illithid is smart enough to play to their ego,
Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So this is going to be another weirder one, since Elric at least has heard. How up her own ass is the blue?
Well,
Considering he's heard from Jack. Well, I'll ask this
Jackal
actually.
would know. This would be more. I know you asked the question, but Jackal would know.
I'll ask it above
So
in game.
yeah,
So, Jackal, since we're going down this path, how up our own ass is the blue?
well, so, DM, please correct me if I'm wrong, as I'm going to say this.
yeah, I will.
Jackal, again, the sharp nails are present. Well, considering that she's supposed to have a... I'm sorry. I suppose dragons are supposed to have a lawful disposition, at least her kind. So... that mostly applies to the fact that you pay her tribute and you follow the rules that her minions give. So, I'll put it this way. If we farmers make a complaint that the governor was not ruling the land or fairly, she would just tell us or give us the ultimatum of, alright, either you pay your tribute or you go to the pits. And if the governor were to say...
So let me put a caveat on this. If there were enough complaints by the citizenry that that leader would be investigated and could end up in the pits themselves with no chance in this game. There were very strict laws, and unfortunately, like the reason Jackal hates the tithes so much is that it is a huge factor in her in her rule, is that anytime any small law is broken, a tithe is paid.
Yeah, so you see, she does not care for the small complaints, the small details, I guess to the eyes of dragons we're all ants in a way, so...
You've got it off again. She
Oh.
cares too much about the small complaints.
Ah, okay, I got it wrong.
Yeah, where basically if there's enough complaints, then, like Jiva said, anyone could end up in the pit, even the leadership, as long as there's enough with reasonable cause, not just big bitches, basically what.
I'll chalk it up the fact that Jackal is currently a little bit blinded by his own hatred and rage.
Yeah, I know, absolutely, and it's very reasonable, but I don't want the players to have this kind of backwards, so that's why I'm correcting it.
Yeah, no problem. So they say she cares a lot about the little people. I don't see a lot of that, so take what I say with a grain of salt, because, again, if she had cared so much, she wouldn't have allowed the Elowins and the governor, by extension, because he is their proxy in a way, and he's also her tithe-giving money henchman, so... And Jackal kind of licks his lips, but it's more of a, like, there's some blood being drawn as the teeth are slowly coming out. I mean, we told the line, the governor sent us immediately to the pits of his basilisk to eat, petrify, all that other stuff. We don't really get that far because he's got some people paid off. So when they higher-ups from the blue lady, the blue bitch, comes in, we don't really have much of a voice. Even if we were to say something to them, I don't know, maybe he pays them off, but they never reach the ears of the dragon. So if she really did care, as everyone seems to claim that she's the most caring of, well, the South bastards, I don't see any of it. I never experienced any of it. Maybe she is. Maybe she's just ignorant. Perhaps she's just a lying sack of scales that needs to be removed permanently. I don't know. I'll find out the truth of that if I ever meet her face to face. As for her dealing with people experimentations, the fact that those pits were running for a while, I'd say she's arrogant enough to not care. But, again, that's just my perspective of it all. So, you'll have to... I only ask you understand that my personal desire when I had to run from home was because I didn't have a voice. And I'm pretty sure the governor would have given a huge amount of money just to shut me up. So...
Well, that does seem to answer my question.
Just to point something out, we also have no idea how exactly effective Illithid are, with the parasites and all that kind of thing, against dragons, so we can't really rule that chance out too.
I mean, if the Illithid are
Let's
controlling
roll in our
dragons,
Kadeshak at disadvantage.
damn.
You don't know why, but the purple dragon seems strange to you.
Strange how?
Strange that out of all of the dragon types that you've even met, even the steel that you've met, that's the one that really never showed up in any books. So, there being a purple dragon is why you keep thinking it might be a different color that just looks purple. But now that so many people have been calling it a purple dragon, it just doesn't make sense.
Alright, I need to voice something that's been bothering me.
Okay.
There are no purple dragons as far as research goes. There are very old black dragons. They can turn purple when they would be probably far significantly older than I believe Marthane is. And
I mean,
there are the other types, but that's the thing is, across history, even what little tidbits we have from the Underdark, purple dragons are just kind of a, as far as I can tell, they've only been written about, is calling the purple dragon. It's never actually been...
What's our...
could I ask a particular question, which may sound incredibly stupid, but wouldn't it be possible to mix red and blue blood dragons and all that stuff into a purple? Because I know red and blue make purple.
Or better yet, would you be able to magically and artificially make a dragon to go onto that?
Theoretically, but dragons tend to have extremely dominant genetics. That's why you end up with colors, is even if they do interbreed, one of the parents' genetics tends to be far more... think of it like cats. I mean, I hate to say that. You know how you have two parents, you can have a calico mother and a black, a cat, and you somehow end up with a gray tabby in there, and you're not sure how the Siamese ended up in.
Let me put it in a different way then. Rather than reproduction, what if you make it in a lab while mixing bloods, as well as take away any of its self-agency and keep it under leash?
Potentially, but I'm gonna take a roll here, Jeebus. And
Okay, what are you trying to get out of it?
What would happen to a dragon that was infected?
I'm gonna have. I see your comment for you would work, but I would also like anybody with. I don't know if anybody else has Arcana, but I would like Arcana or Nature checks for anybody who's proficient in those stats. Then I'd like, since he's the only one who hasn't rolled, Sean, can you roll me a d20 plus 7 for Zephyr?
Man, I wish I had Arcana or Nature.
I don't.
I need you to type in just /r space 1d20 plus 7. We're looking for over a 23.
Oh, that's equals. Am I not pressing shift?
It's enter. Or wait,
No.
what are you trying to... Oh, Sean.
You mean Zephyr?
No.
I guess I've watched it.
God damn it, Zephyr.
Because I haven't burned my rune. Because I have this, hold on.
And Sean, you could also play a little song
This is the
to
one I want.
possibly
So,
inspire
Callisti, as you're thinking, you see
Inspired.
glow on Elric's thing. You have advantage on your roll, so roll again.
and roll an inspiration die.
I play Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden, but instead of saying hills, I say in.
Okay, how big is the inspiration die?
It's D10, because we're
Should be
level
a 10.
Yeah.
Am I level 10? I'm level 9.
Oh my god. There we
Say
go.
31, please.
So, Callisti, you realize that your thinking was backwards. It's not a dragon that is infected. It is an elder brain that consumed a dragon.
There's that moment where Callisti's just sitting there kind of thinking, takes a drink of coffee. It's now on whoever's in front of her.
So probably fucking Elric. Or wait, in front of her, not to the side.
And I mean, it is a literal spit take, like, shooting.
And
Are you okay?
while you're
world.
during the spit take, this is why she told you about that book last night.
Oh.
Okay, Callisti almost said a curse word. That means something bad's happening.
Oh, no, I said it. I said fuck.
There we go. Care to enlighten us why you spit coffee and then yelled fuck?
It's in my beard!
Do you know what an elder brain is?
An old brain?
I'm not even gonna roll. Elliot probably has no
Arinos
interest.
just looks at his father.
That's a really bad tongue-in-cheek joke, Gina.
Our knowledge of Illithid is very limited. One of those things that we do know about is called an elder brain,
Okay.
which apparently is when a whole bunch of Illithid get together and one of them ascends to some kind of horrible brain in a vat, giant brain, evil, memory-sucking thing.
So we just punch it real hard and then they die?
That would be great if it wasn't a dragon now, too, because I think it absorbed a dragon.
Wait, where the fuck did it get the corpse of a dragon?
It wasn't dead.
It ate an alive... What the fuck?
Yeah, it started with the brain, by the way, and then probably just moved in thinking it was a nice place to be.
I just...
horrifying mutations.
Jackal, roll me an intelligence check at advantage.
I hate...
What?
how much I'm
Oh.
thinking
Okay.
about- I hate how much I'm thinking about this and just into like the Belware's above table just running on that.
Oh no, why?
Jackal, within your lifetime, one of the blue suns disappeared. And was never talked about again.
No fucking way. I'm sorry. Callisti, can I ask, just repeat this for me because a thought came to my mind, a little history thing, but I don't know if this is correct, so I just want to ask one more time. This elder brain thing, it needs a live dragon. Does it have to be... Alright, question. If this brain thing took a dragon, does it still continue growing as a dragon, or does it remain as it is?
With a, 31 ballistic? Yeah, with a 31, yes it does.
Yeah. Theoretically.
Okay, so... That might be why the blue bitch never cared about, or... No, probably her focus was elsewhere. Right, so... There was a rumor. I can't validate if it's true or not, because this apparently happened when I was admittedly around 4 or 5 years old. Like about over a decade, so there's probably some information missing here. One of the blue bitch's children went missing, but it was never really spoken about beyond just some whispers here and there. I didn't really put too much credit into it because I was during my time with Griffin's Past. Said that the blue bitch was actually looking for someone. That's why there was so much mayhem going on with all of her henchmen that were abusing their power. But, I kind of just wrote it off as she simply just doesn't really care, and she only focuses on a handful of individuals that are important to her. I guess that was slightly true, in a different manner.
Oh, to put this way.
Wait, if it is an elder brain dragon, that makes a lot more sense.
With
Everything.
this is only confusing me more.
Okay, so there's a lot of other horrible things that exist in the Underdark, like the Holders and other things that can tunnel through rock like it's nothing because they use incineration, and typically somehow
They go slower.
being summoned by things. And so it would make sense that they're able to make fast derivatives. And if it is an Elder Brain Dragon, it wouldn't actually be anything that was controlling Need. It probably just went into him in his dreams and convinced him to do it. So that explains how they bypassed all the blocks. And so they did that, and then they recalled information. So if they got into anybody's head who knew about anything, then they would know everything.
That's why he was complaining. It's not time yet, since it was fully taking over in its draconic form.
I think that's one of Callus's experiments, is to make more dragons.
Could they?
Oh.
Could he be using essence of elder brains to make them?
Well, I could be wrong. One of the differences between regular lichdom and Dracolichdom is supposedly if the body is destroyed, the regular lich will manifest a new body within a short period of time, whereas a Dracolich requires a suitable host corpse.
Well, you said it was alive, I hope.
Well, you would technically just... Alright, let me back up and think of this from a... If I was a wizard and a dragon, and I was a Dracolich, I would want a very consistent way to have extremely powerful bodies laying around so that I could inherit them if I was a Dracolich, so that I wasn't just stuck inside of whatever the phylactery is.
Wait. So if I'm understanding this, and I'm really trying, because magic shit confuses me sometimes, you're saying that the Kalishtar and this Elder Brain Dragon are just making every dwarf on the council that's been mutated into suitable phylacteries that we're slowly breaking?
No. They're trying to make better dragons. But, okay, so dragon gestation is a very long process, if you haven't realized. That's why we're not...
know how dragons get down, please.
Dragons. So, what if you could turn anyone into a dragon and then kill them and have their body laying around as a spare? Kind of a living god scenario.
How hard is it to harvest dragon souls?
I don't think it's
I'm not entirely certain, but I'm going to put it this way. Those were locked in books that I don't know if any of the higher-ups in my family knew about before they were stolen, let alone after.
As much as I'm starting to kind of understand the big picture, kind of getting to the smaller nitty-gritty for a minute. Who do we want to go to first? Pay a visit to a fun manor, or go grab seeds, weapons and let the others deal with the manor?
Theoretically, I can blow up the manor anyway, but,
We're not trying to blow it up because there may be some things of value.
would potentially...
Well, the stronghold is called the stronghold for a reason. But if worse comes to worse, we could distract them at the front gates while you deal with the Brewin Manor. Maybe even draw some more of their forces to us. Yeah, I mean, we've already got half their forces after that siege you all just did.
I meant Braywin War myself, I'm sorry.
It's a manor, but it's more magically inclined than our troops are able to deal with. I think young Callisti and Miss Rowan over there will be the best, at least, entry.
Here's a weirder question, at least. Because the Brewins were kind of cocky assholes and like to brag a little bit. Did they ever mention anything about secret passages or ways to go around the poor or anything? Because I know they were at least up their own ass about their situation, so I'm curious if it had slipped up once or the other time or the other, or maybe even their daughter.
I'm sorry, can I say that again?
So, what I'm kind of wondering is, had the Brewins mentioned, like, a way, like, to their house, not through the front gate, since they would probably complain about having to go through the front gate to deal with the poor, or maybe, like, their daughter had mentioned something offhandedly and then would silence by her mother or something. Like, basically a way that
Roll
wouldn't
me
be
a
the...
K100.
Okay. 74.
Alright, roll me a history check at disadvantage.
I'd like to put it at normal, because it's...
Yeah, cloud.
Yeah.
I will have to make a map, but yes, there is. There is a back entrance used solely by the family. I don't even know if he actually said her name, but the Maribeth's daughter.
We never did.
We're
It's been-
quite good friends at one point. I'll make up a name and a token for her later.
Okay.
But you and her, before you were really with your wife, would sneak out, go drink, and be general nuisances to the public. And she would always go under guise, but you were you, so who cares?
Elric's too prideful.
Yeah.
So, this may be a bit of a shocker, but when I was in my younger year, and before I had met my wife, I actually went with one of the council members, Brewin's daughter, around, and she had mentioned a tunnel, and we had often went through it, that would go through our manor, at least more of a back way. And it might not be as heavily guarded, because not many people would know about it. That could be our way in, rather than just smashing through the front gate.
Yeah, that sounds considerably better. I mean, it's going to be heavily magically warded, probably. So, yeah, that actually sounds like a much better idea.
Well, here's hoping that at least she remembers me enough that the wards that are kind of down there don't immediately blow us up. There was a lot of turning switches going through that shit. Let me tell you, our mother almost had fucking ripped my asshole.
I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no way you remember all of the...
Oh, I know he's not going to. I'm just going to say that they're there, because as a warning, more than anything.
Yes, there are ways to get past the wards, but you remember where they are, not how to deactivate them.
Yeah, so sadly my memory's foggy, probably because a lot of the drinking, and almost sending a few of them off drunkenly, which, let me tell you...
took a couple to the face.
They hurt like a bitch. I could at least tell you where they are, deactivating them. I'll leave that to the magic people. Just be careful. Say that they're there, because as a warning, more than anything.
Yes, there are ways to get past the wards, but you remember where they are, not how to deactivate them.
Yeah, so sadly my memory's foggy, probably because a lot of the drinking, and almost sending a few of them off drunkenly, which, let me tell you...
took a couple to the face.
They hurt like a bitch. I could at least tell you where they are, deactivating them. I'll leave that to the magic people. Just be careful, because we don't want to set off any alarm or anything to let them know we're coming if we go that way.
You know, I was looking at the stuff in my bag. I might have a way to make an interesting distraction.
Alright. Well, there you have it.
Because you guys are unobservant as fuck, Elric and Jacqueline, you finally noticed that Callisti has a new piece of clothing that kind of just subtly floats in the wind, even though there is no wind.
I was gonna say, Elric has like a 11 passive perception. He has very one-track mind. Not that it's hidden, but...
Jackal has 16 passive perception. He's just...
Yeah, Jackal, you probably noticed it earlier, but you're just being quiet about it. But if you guys want to bring something up about it, it's time.
He hasn't even bothered with it. He was just more focused on the other situation.
Let's see, why are you wearing a scarf? It's not that cold in here. Or wait, is that a shawl? I get the two mixed up.
Technically it's a shroud, but yeah.
That looked like a scarf.
That's good. It's a scarf. Just...
Does it do anything? Or did you get it randomly while we were going through the war? Because I haven't noticed until, like, right now.
I got it last night. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Alright, you got it while you're on your coffee binge. Understandable.
Yep, that's exactly what we're gonna go with.
I'm gonna say nothing.
I mean, Elric's not getting insight or anything. He believes enough. And plus, he doesn't want to start dabbling in magic shit because he doesn't want to go off on another 3-hour tirade about something. After, like, the motor mouth talking about the Elder Brain Elf, like, fairly, hey, you got processing magic what? Well then. I guess I know what we're going to do, and I do wish all of you luck at raiding the Stone Jaw facility. Hopefully it goes well, and we'll have our siege weapons, and hopefully another 2 dead dragons. Assuming the others are corrupted as well. Oh.
Felicity looks around. Is there anybody who's a really quick stonemason?
Hello.
Felicity has made a drawing, and she needs it needs a statue made. A lightweight one.
Oh. Man, I wish I had stoneworkers. Wait, no, I do have stoneworkers tools. No, I have carpenter's tools. Shit, I didn't get stoneworkers. I have smith tools, but I don't think those work for carving. What kind of statue are you making? As though it's kind of looking at, like, the dimensions and everything, especially from a lot of different dwarves stuff.
I don't know. Roll a perception. Just for the hell of it.
Can I roll it at advantage, Jeebus, since I generally know? Thank you. Oh, I like that, actually. I was correct. It was a shawl.
Said it was.
I want to make that. Where'd you find that?
Google Images
Shawl.
black lace shawl.
I will make it.
Jeebus. Since it's Callisti's asking for the notes for just the sake of generality, would Elric have advantage on different, like, stone makeups or no? Considering. I'll leave it to you, considering, like, Miner's Eye and everything.
Wait, so...
Callisti wanted to draw...
Stone makeup? Like, I thought
Like,
she was...
she has a drawing asking about a design, and Elric wanted to look, like, at the general design of what it would probably be, like, different dimensions and stuff. Like,
I don't even know what it is.
True.
There's a drawing of it. A very wonderful rendering of it.
I mean, could you... Well, all I know is it's a statue. I mean, all it looks like is... I'm not going to roll perception. I'll just choose passive. It just looks like a bunch of different things with measurements that may be a little bit off, because the statue seems a bit off kilter. Here, and he's just, like, pointing at different points.
She kind of moves her hand away, and it's just a image of Elric drop kicking Brewin in the face.
Okay, well, first off, if you're going to do that, at least make me naked so it can be more an insult.
Oh, then you want this one? And she flips the page, and it's just this picture of it's you know those very beautiful like cherub fountains. It's a naked Elric like peeing on pretty one.
Yeah. Oh, I like this. And considering, where are you going to get?
This one has much more stable composition. The other one would have definitely been leaning heavily because it's a Goliath kicking a dwarf in the face.
Oh no, she accounted for that. There was this beautiful like rose vine support system.
Here's what I'm going to say. You're going to need here. You're going to need at least a decent water source here to supply it constantly. Let me think what else. You're probably going to want to use granite at the very least, so if it gets blasted apart, it will do the most damage to the fence.
Honestly, I just need to show up in front and like a block down from their house.
That should be fine.
Morning.
We have... Arnos, could you deliver this special present then on your way over to Stonejaws while we're doing our other thing? Just to work as a distraction if we can get it made.
And I'd really suggest vacating the area unless you really want to use it as a type of, I don't know.
Oh, you were already planning on filling it with explosives.
I love the good old dwarven horse.
Okay, I hadn't thought of that, but now that I do.
Oh.
You've never heard of the...
Shite.
You've never heard of the... Oh, God, the old
The
legend.
Causian Troll. Come on now.
God, I remember the good old days of that story. They just had made a giant statue of a troll, filled it with fucking doors and explosives, and then burned down the whole city. It was
No,
a
he
great
just filled it
time.
with explosives. Why was he fill it with dwarves?
Oh, sorry, no, I'm thinking of the other story during the Moonfall, the story of the... What was it? The Achillean sword? Something weird like
No,
that.
that was the Graven Cliff ship.
Wait, was that Grell's idea?
Yes.
No, I'm not
He
surprised.
thought it was going to be smart and clever, but pretty much all he did was drive a skyship into a city.
Isn't that how he took over Gravencliff to begin with?
No, he liked Graven Cliff, so he didn't blow up half of that town. It was the town that used to be next to it.
Yep.
Oh, you're referring to the, you're referring to where the Giant's Cave is, where the spiders are now.
Yes, Cliff Graven.
My mother never forgave the guy who blew up that coffee shop.
Oh, well, then she must hate Grell.
She's not partial to him, that's for sure.
Pretty sure no one is. We just don't understand he can get shit done.
Actually, my cousin really appreciates him for some reason.
We flash over to Krell sitting in his chair drinking an ale, and he just sneezes into it. I thought I killed ever sickness.
Oh my god.
Well, we will end our lore-heavy session here, and I'd like to thank all of my players for dealing with my very strange way of putting out a lore dump and making you guys do the majority of the heavy lifting and giving you bits and pieces here and there. I think it was a lot of. I think I had a lot of fun. I hope you all did as well. I am Jeebus the Dingus on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. You can find me in all of those places at Jeebus the Dingus. I've been chasing it up this week, so I'm going to throw it at Sean.
I Eatsy Dirt Easy, aka Sean, and I may be streaming my game later on Thursdays around 8 o'clock Pacific. So that goes Pacific.
Ooh.
And I mostly stream Destiny content, so if you're ever interested in that, you can catch me live at the same name as my Twitter handle, EatZDirtyZ. Spelled exactly how it sounds. EatZDirtyZ. We can go to Moogle next. So this is random personal input.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I'm a little... I play Listy. I totally didn't shotgun a Red Bull for this episode.
Fucking hell.
That being said, next Monday, of course, we're back to Sea of Sorrows, where Jeebus, Mariner, and Miser, and Jason join us for more of that horror show, so, you know, literally.
And it's October, so it's a perfect season.
Yeah. I gotta step up my game.
True.
So that being said, might as well throw it over to Mariner for the heck of it.
Hello. I am Transpace Mariner. Transpace Mariner on Twitch, DM Mariner on Twitter, and yeah, like Moogle said, next week as well, we'll be doing another one in the chamber where we get to see a Rocky Horror Puppet Show, and it's going to be a fun time, considering that's about what the equivalent of what my campaign is running on at this point. All memes and dreams and arming children, which, yeah, is about what I expected.
Wait,
But
so
yeah,
which
I think...
one Tim Curry?
What's what?
Which one of us is Tim Curry?
None of you. You're not special enough to be Tim Curry, because you all drive me insane.
Oh, so wait, Diana's Janet?
No, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. If anything, Alicia.
I mean, I understand Fangs being Rocky, but
Shut up. This is why.
If only you guys could see my face, I'm literally putting my...
Speaking of fucking
reference and have seen this movie.
It's not a
Actually,
movie,
he
it's a
walked
play.
in on the weirdest fucking part.
Technically, it's a musical, not a movie. But anyway, speaking of Fangs and Miser, I guess I'll throw it over to Miser last.
If only you guys can see my face right now through a camera, I'm like literally just double.
I know the
face
moment I said
up.
Rocky Horror Puppet Show, I was like, someone's gonna get this reference and I'm gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah, that's why I put my face in my hands here. Hello everyone, I'm Miser Mark. I play as Jackal, who is currently mellowing out somewhat. There's a big question mark. You can find my content on both Twitch and YouTube. Currently, it seems like Twitch is giving me a little headache, so I'm going to be moving my stuff to YouTube soon to do a live stream there. This particular session got chopped up due to Twitch hiccuping on me, so I'm a little mad on that. But anyway, I am also the DM for Into the Wildlands on Sundays, which the party have done some intensive combat, so we're going to do some downtime or lore dump videos. And I'll hand it back over to Jeebus to finish and conclude the outro.
Again, I would just like to thank everybody for showing up. This was a very wordy session, and I understand that my newer players and my players who don't know D&D so much probably didn't have the greatest of times, but I really hope that this is all starting to sink in, that this is not just a one-piece war. There are many factors who are all vying for power.
But Jeebus, the One Piece is
mainly
real.
just a thing who's going to show up on top. We'll see you in 2 weeks, my friends.
Bye.
Yes, we're not going to get any high seas adventures just yet.
Yeah.
You will. Absolutely. I'm too big of a fan of One Piece and pirate stuff that you guys will not either end up in the sky or on the sea.
We already did that in fucking Drake's.
We'll,
Yeah, shut up.
Dungeon
Do it again.
Dinguses.
we'll do it again. All right, everyone. Have a good night.